All right, we are officially live. I want to say hello to everybody. This is going to be an awesome stream. This should be a lot of fun. This should be a really enjoyable one. This is going to be a little bit of a mix up and change up from what we normally do. That alone is pretty cool. So this should be fun. It's going to be different for sure because unlike previous streams, we're going to be using a randomizer on top of our friend the Glorious Merchant, who has been incredibly helpful in our journeys. And we're going to be making builds, viewer requested builds. It should be a really fun time. I can't wait to do this. And honestly, yeah, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be an absolutely amazing time. And I do believe that as far as making builds and everything, this is going to be a little bit of a change up there that changes everything. So this is going to be totally different in that regard. We're going to be starting here in a second. So I'm just setting a few things up and then we will get going. If you happen to jump in the chat so far, feel free to say hi. This is going to be a randomizer stream while making builds. It should be a really, really fun time overall. And I cannot wait to do this. This is going to be awesome. So this should be a really fun stream. I can't wait to jump into this one. Oh, hey, Sketch, what's up? This is a pretty cool environment so far. We've had a lot of fun. This is just starting out here. I'm actually going to set a goal for this one, whether we hit it or not. If we do hit a goal, by the way, I'm going to do something crazy for the next one, and we'll make it even crazier. Maybe we'll do a run through the game with a randomizer. I'm not sure. It's something like that, something cool. So we're going to be starting here in a second and starting to make awesome builds, and it's going to be really cool overall. Let the fun begin. Hey, what's up, Justin? Appreciate you guys coming back, by the way. This is going to be a really fun stream. I honestly can't wait. I don't know if I told you guys yet because you just jumped in here, but we are using a randomizer this time. So we're going to make the same viewer builds, but we're not going to know what bosses we're taking on. We're going to have no idea whatsoever in terms of the bosses we're taking on, and it's going to be really interesting. Let's get right into this and see what we can do here. I'm going to have to adjust the volume for a second for you guys, and then let's get going because this should be really fun overall. It was fun the last two times, but this is a different change up for me. I mean, I don't really use randomizers much, so that alone should make it interesting for sure. And yeah, this should be a really, really interesting stream. And I have no idea what bosses we're going to be taking on. I'm not sure in terms of the bosses. So hello, anybody that's joining now. We're just getting started. So for the first viewer requested build, I believe we're going to buy the Serpent Bone Blade, the Katana Blade, somebody requested in a chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I wish I was new again. I miss it. Bloody Hellas, we'll do that too. Maybe we'll grab the Bloody Hellas first. Let's grab the Bloody Hellas. Let's see what we need for this one. So this is a pretty cool one overall. Pretty cool weapon. I think this is actually better for PvP than PvE, but still, nonetheless, it's a very cool weapon. It's a, what is it? Is it strength and, no, it's dex and arcane. So dex and arcane weapon here. Pretty cool. Has a cool follow-up, which is neat. Overall, this should be a decent one to start with here. Depending on what boss we run into, because keep in mind, we're going to have no idea what boss we run into. Spear Talisman here. Let's see what we do for buffs. We're going to have to respec. So this is going to be, the other thing is, as far as moving, we have a lot of bosses available, but again, they're just going to be completely random. So it's definitely a weird way to do this. Previously, we did this just the regular way, but now we're going to be taking on random bosses. The randomizer aspect changes things for sure. I don't know how many successive hits I can get with this. Probably not a lot. I'm fairly certain you can, but it's a little slow. What are the stats like? We're going to have to respec for this. We need arcane anyway. All right, so we're going to respec, and then we're going to try to find a random boss. So hopefully it's not something terrible. Hopefully it's something that we can take on with the Bloody Hellas. I'm not the best with this weapon. This is my my class of weapons in terms of the heavy thrusting swords. All right, let's make a build for it. So we're going to go for 60 vigor here. I want to go for 60 vigor because it seems sensible. And then, of course, we want a decent amount of mind and endurance, but we need more endurance than we had. And then, what was the strength required? Was it 16? I think it was 16. It doesn't matter. We can two-hand this. All right, so 35 dexterity. I want to do buffs. Let's see how much room we have. No, they don't hit that quick. You're right. You're right. Let's see. This is kind of decent stats. The damage is going to be fine. I think damage is actually going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be entertaining to use this one. I think overall, as far as using the Bloody Hellas, because I'm not great with it, it could end up being a good one. This gives us more dexterity, so I'm fine with that. The Spear Talisman makes sense in this spot too. Hello, anyone new? We're doing a randomizer while making viewer builds. This is going to be a really fun stream. All right, so we're going to go to Windmill Village. Does anybody want to take a guess on what boss we might run into? This is a completely random setup. I rolled the seeds a couple times too, so. Yeah, we can do Savage Bloodfiend's Arm. That sounds pretty sick, honestly. That sounds fun. I was about to craft sleeping pots, but I don't think that's gonna help me. Oh, look, hey. What's up, buddy? Let's see how much in terms of the latency here. I may change one thing real quick for you guys so I can interact with you guys a little bit more. How far behind are we? I'm going to change one thing real quick in the settings. Just real quick. Stream settings. We have low latency. It looked like it was a little bit more behind, but it's okay. So, all right. So far, this is going to be epic, and I can't wait to jump into this. Right now, this is going to be awesome. And we're going to find out what boss we take on. Right here, right now. I'm just doing one last thing real quick as I'm setting this up. All right, so let's see what boss we get. I was trying to see where we're at. I was trying to make sure that you guys didn't have like a massive delay because last time, yeah, there we go. We're good. All right, so we have everything set up. This is going to be pretty fun. Oh, tree avatar. That's not really great for bleed. That kind of sucks, to be honest. All right, I mean, I can beat him, but oh, never mind. Maybe I can't. Maybe not today. Okay, come on, man. All right, that did kind of sort of decent amount of damage, but we're not going to get a single blood proc. I think we do poise damage to... I thought he was going to hit me with that. I was like, no way he has a reach for that. At least I can hit him. Whoa. Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa, is this the dual tree avatars we got going on here? This is crazy. This is nonsense. Seriously? Are you kidding me? I am not gonna make this fight. This one is dead. Come on. Go down. Is this one in the back just gonna hit me again? All right, so that one's down. We got one down. Wait, did they both go down? They both go down automatically? You don't need to get both health bars down? That's pretty cool. All right, I don't know if that was a great showcase for the bleed, but it's still, it was still fun. Definitely fun and totally random. That was a weird boss for sure. Yeah, the iframes on it is awesome. Yeah, it was the mountaintops ones. Yeah, it was definitely unexpected. We're using a randomizer, so it's going to be a lot of unexpected. We have the Bloody Hellas plus 10 Dragon Communion Seal. We have part of the Knight's Cavalry set on and the Black Knight set. Shard of Alexander, Lord of Blood's Exaltation, Melissan's Prosthesis for this one, Spear Talisman, Authority Tier, Bloodsuck and Crack Tier, Golden Vow, Flame Grim Strength, Blessing Spoon, 60 Vigor, 19 Mind, 25 Endurance, 16 Strength, 40 Dexterity, 25 Faith, and 40 Arcane. All right, so we are going to move to the next one, which is going to be... Did somebody say Savage Lion's Claw? That would be a... Yeah, I don't like fighting them either. They kind of suck, to be honest. They're kind of awful. It's kind of cool that you can... Wait, what? What? Where did I go? I didn't need to go here. I need to go back to my merchant friend. Wrong place. There's a dog walking around, though, which is pretty cool. This is, All right, this is already interesting. All right, so we may try Bloodfiend's Arm. I think I have that upgraded already on this character. Savage Lion's Claw on Bloodfiends. All right, that's it. We're almost set up for this already. We just need Strength Arcane instead of Dex Arcane. We can break with this for sure. Two-handed sword. It's pretty cool. Problem is the equipment. Yeah, I figured we'd be overweight. Most likely. That was inevitable. That was gonna happen no matter what. Yeah, apparently you just have to kill the one and not the other one. I'm not sure how that works, but it worked out well. I'm cool with it. All right, so what are we putting this in? We're gonna go with Savage. Blood Affinity. Gotta go Blood Affinity with this weapon. Let's go get enough endurance and some damage and take on another boss and see how much damage we get. Gonna be a completely random boss again, which is cool. So, but first we need to fix our equipment load. We have a heavy equipment load currently.
Is it time? No.
All right, so we're gonna go to 60 vigor, and we don't need a lot of mind, I don't think. We do need more endurance though. This could be tight stat wise. We do have the two-handed bonus. That's cool. At least we have that. It might be tight here. Let's see what we got. Oh no, that's pretty good. I'll accept these stats. They're fine. Yeah, these stats are pretty good. Let's see. I have a... Yeah, okay, good. I'm good on equipment load now. 294 scaling with that seal. All right, so we're going to try to run this on a boss, but we don't know what boss we're taking on, so... Let's go to... there's a lot of bosses available. We went to that one. I want to do some of the early stuff first. So, let's see what we got in terms of bosses that are left. There's a lot of bosses on here, actually. There's a ton. I don't want to do that duo fight yet because I feel like that's going to be really challenging. That's good. That's going to be a really hard one for sure. So let's go fight the magma worm. What's in there? Oh yeah, we can do an eruption build with colossal weapon. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to see what's in place of the magma worm, and I have no idea. I have no idea ahead of time because I rolled the seeds a couple of times for the randomizer, so it's going to be a completely random boss. And we're going to go into this cave, and we're going to take on whatever boss it is. I hope it's one that we can use blood for, because we weren't... Are you serious? That we can use blood affinity for, because we weren't able to use that last time. That didn't really... We didn't get any bleed procs or anything, which sucked. So, we can't get them on the tree avatar. They're immune. So, that's pretty brutal. So, we're going to be going into... Hello. Hey, what's up, Dragon King? We're doing a randomizer... sort of a randomizer run mixed in with viewer build request using the Glorious Merchant. There's... Okay. He almost hit me. Those guys hit really hard. Does anyone else hate them from the DLC? They do so much damage. They do a ton of damage. Too much. All right, so we are almost there. We're going to find out what boss is in the magma worm area just to see what's up, see what boss we get. Hopefully we get something reasonable that can take bleed damage. That would be nice. Hey, what's up? Appreciate everybody jumping in. This is going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to do this, honestly. So any guesses for the magma worm? Get rid of this guy. Got to be a boss. I would think it was a boss that would fit in there. I don't see it being like Placidusa or something like that. That wouldn't really fit. Did we not do buffs for the last build? I feel like I missed I missed the buffs because of the tree avatar. I could have got a lot more damage. The tree was a little bit surprising for me. I was a little shocked. So we are now going into the magma worm area, and I can't tell what boss this is yet. Let's find out. Okay. All right. Goodbye. I didn't even get to use Lion's Claw. That was disappointing. I got to try this on something else because that was not how that was supposed to go. That was brutal for him. I don't know why that worked out that way. I really can't figure that out. That was terrible. Let's go to this tree avatar spot here. We're gonna have to find something that we could fight. I want to fight something that gives me a challenge. That was not challenging at all. I just literally hit the R2 button and it smashed him. I think I got a blood proc too, like immediately. Whoa! Is that... I don't think I could fight that. Right, guys, wait, what? Is this the boss that's replacing the tree avatar? If I'm reading this right? Because it can't be just a random placement, right? No, it's not a blood brawl. I can't do damage to this boss. These are some weird placements so far. Yeah, I did. Definitely. Oh man, I don't know if I want to do the Putrid Mariner. Why did they give them the names of the previous bosses? We know what they are. It's not like he does. I don't think he does rot buildup. Yeah, he was smashed. He was completely smashed. That was a brutal boss fight. So we can go back to this one at any time. This isn't going to be a great one for Savage that we could do. So let's try to find something we could do for Savage. We'll go to the dragon that's over here. Find out what's here. We can go back to the tibia summon. Yeah, I figured it was a non-boss. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a weird placement though. I thought it was a replacement at first. I thought that was Lanciax, but that would have been a bad spot to put him in. That would have been pretty awful. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, wait. Is this a reasonable dragon? Is this just a Geel? This looks like a Geel. I can't tell from here. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see how much damage we could do to a Geel. Let's see if we can hit him hard with this. I believe this is a Geel, right? I missed him. I missed his head. All right. A little bit of fire breath there. Not too bad though. I did get a bleed proc in there. That was actually pretty good, honestly. That was fine. It worked pretty well. The build is pretty good. I think I made a pretty good build with it. We got 560 AR-ish, almost 570. So that was pretty good. Shard of Alexander, Lord of Blood's Exaltation. I could have ran their White Mass for this one. Blade of Mercy Talisman, Two-Handed Sword Talisman, Spike Correct Tier, Bloodsucking Correct Tier, Golden Bow Flame Rip Strength, Blessing Spoon. Our main thing was 34 Strength and 40 Arcane, 25 Faith, 60 Vigor. All right, so let's go back to the hub and find out what's next. Welcome anyone that's new. We're doing build requests with a randomizer. This has been pretty fun. The past two streams were really fun. Hopefully this stream ends up being a blast too. Next up, somebody had another request in there. I didn't see which one it was. Let's see what else we have. Eruption with a colossal weapon. All right, we could try that. Can you put eruption on this? I wonder if you can put eruption on this. This does well in flame art. Yeah, you can put eruption on this. This is kind of powerful. This would be pretty cool to run as a faith build. It'd be a little bit different. We can go for fire damage. All right, so let's go to the magma and fire scorpion charm. And we got the flame tier too. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna try to build around this and take on a different boss. See how much damage we get. Hopefully we do. No, I still have a cold, unfortunately, but I'm getting better. I mean, a little better than yesterday, but yeah, it's still here.
Is it time?
All right, so I still need that 16 arcane, which is a little bit frustrating. That's the only downside here. How much strength do I need? I need 28, so I really only need like 20-ish would cover it, I think. All right, we need vigor too and stuff. All right, so if you're joining, by the way, we're doing a randomizer while making builds. Pretty fun. We're going to need a decent amount of endurance too. I hope that's enough. I might end up with a heavy equipment load though. I need some space here to get the damage I need to get. I can two-hand this. These are decent stats. I think two-handed I'm going to end up with a good amount of AR. Pretty certain.
Thou art now a sweeting.
Hi, Sean, by the way.
Fine and fair, my thanks.
All right, let's see how much damage we can get with this one. Maybe we can take on... Well, the tibia is kind of easy. That's a pretty easy boss for the most part. I don't think he's gonna give us too much of a hard time. Let's go find out what's in place of a Geel. We fought a Geel already. Let's see what's in place of him. Let's see what's in place of a Geel currently. It could be a really fun boss. Let's see what's here. I can two-hand this though. Yeah, I can two-hand it. Sweet. All right, we got the tears, talismans, everything we need. We're all good to go. All right, let's see what boss we got here. All right, it looks... Why is there two bosses on top of each other? Is this supposed to be this way? Or did that just spawn... I think it just spawned a random enemy that happens to be brutal on top of the dragon, which is just, like, really tough. What am I... Oh, no. What am I supposed to do with this? Hold on. We got this. Oh, that hit him hard. Why did that hit so hard? Why does nothing break anymore? All right, he went down pretty easily. Is the dragon alarmed? Where did the dragon go? Oh, he's right. He's just chilling. He's just hanging out. The dragon's just chilling. He's just hanging out, and I think a Geel and this dragon just replaced each other. That's the only thing that happened. They just moved the spots of these two. Oh no. Whoa, what? Whoa, what? Please don't take me to Volcano Manor. Oh, okay, that's a random thing. Why do I feel like you get hit with that automatically? I should have went on my horse. Oh, I got hit with that. Oh man, come on. I can't do anything against this dragon. I think Eruption's a really bad Ash of War to take on the dragons because you have to hit their feet. And it's an area of effect that is just not going to hit. Why does he immediately goes up? Like every time I try to do anything, he just goes up. Come on, hit him. Oh, there we go. We got a nice hit in there. That was cool. It can do a lot of damage. It's got damage potential for sure. Yeah, complete mayhem. Absolutely. That was just nuts. That was crazy. All right, so we ended up with Bloodfiend's Flame Art arm, plus 25 with Eruption. Same arm set we've been using. Shard of Alexander, Talisman of the Dread, Blade of Mercy, Talisman, Fire Scorpion Charm, Flame Tear, Blood Sucking Correct Tear, Golden Vow, Flame Grip Strength, Blessed Boon, 60 Vigor, 60 Faith, 16 Arcane, 20 Strength, 30 Endurance, 22 Mind. Pretty cool build overall. I do like this one. I thought it was neat. Definitely cool. Try that one out for sure. We're gonna try another build. Let's see. Yeah, we can do the Flaming Strike on Cross Nagy. That sounds pretty fun, honestly. That sounds pretty fun. Yeah, this is gonna be a blast. Oh, this should be a great time. All right, so we're gonna do. I don't know if actually I don't know if you can use Flaming Strike on that. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's buy the weapon first and find out. I think you put Flaming Strike on it. See, it's a spear, so. All right, we got the Cross Naginata here. And I think I already have the Ash of War, but it doesn't matter. I'll just grab it just in case. Could run it with similar stats. No, I need more dex. I need more dex. All right, we're gonna try Flaming Strike. All right, yeah, okay. Flame Art Affinity. And we gotta try to respec for this because you need more dexterity. I need more dexterity than I currently have. Definitely need more for sure. Welcome if you're new, by the way. We're making build requests live while also using a randomizer. It's been fun so far. It's definitely been unique, that's for sure. We need 20 dexterity, 16 strength. All right, not bad. We're gonna make a faith build for this. We're gonna make a cool faith build. Flaming Strike faith build. And then we got to go find another random boss, which again is just totally, I mean, this is just getting to the point where like I have no idea what boss we're going to end up getting. We need 20 dexterity, right? And then all faith. So let's see what look at the AR on this. This is pretty impressive. Okay, that's going to bother me. I think it's going to push 750. That's pretty good. Pretty content with that. I like that. That's awesome, honestly. All right, so Flaming Strike is not magma, so that's out. It can do we do pierce damage, so we can do the Spear Talisman. We can keep the Flame Tier and the Bloodsucking Crack Tier, and then we can kind of possibly add dexterity to this. I'm kind of okay building around it this way. Maybe we'll throw some incantations into, just to mix it up. Yeah, I can do the Reduvias next. That would be fun. All right, so I'm gonna throw in giant fireball. That's fun. Just to add it to the build. Although now I feel like I need the Godfrey Aka for a mixed build, like a hybrid build. All right, so we are now going to. I'm avoiding this because I know there's 2 bosses here. That could be pretty brutal. I'm not sure. Oh, we can check out what the Magma Orb's up to over here. We got a lot of space. There's the DLC too, which we're gonna go to. Oh yeah, that would be fun too. All right, let's check out what this Magma Worm is, though. I'm not sure what he's gonna be. Whatever it is probably less resistant to fire than the Magma Worm itself. So it's probably gonna be. Oh, is that the tougher one? This one's completely immune to fire. We're gonna have to come back to this boss. I don't think I can fight this. I really don't think I can fight this, honestly. I'm not sure I can handle fighting this. I think he's completely resistant to fire, so I don't know. I could try it. Give it a try. It's gonna be an interesting one for sure. He doesn't see me, which is weird. Yeah, this is gonna be terrible. Are you immune to fire, or do you have high resistance to it? I'll find out in a second. I couldn't hit him. I can find out with the fireball. We can find out with the fireball. Oh, he's completely immune to it. I'm out. we have to try this build on something else. I'm not doing that. He's completely immune to it. You can do a different build on him. Yeah, that was a really bad luck one. I felt like the regular Magma Worm would have been better, though I think the regular one's also immune. I don't know why it replaced one Magma Worm with another Magma Worm. That was not too inventive there. Yeah, that would be a challenge run. I wouldn't have been able to do any damage to him at all. It would have been just crazy weird. Let's go find out what this what's in this hut up here. We're gonna go find out what's in the merchant, the bell-bearing one. Let's find out what's there and what we end up getting. It could be a cool one. Oh, there's 2 bosses out there too. We have where the black knife is and the dragon too. Before we head to the DLC, we'll do the DLC in a little bit. I think there's supposed to be DLC bosses mixed in. There just isn't yet. From what I saw in terms of the randomizer, it's supposed to be updated with DLC bosses. We saw DLC enemies. That's a DLC enemy right there. So there's definitely DLC enemies. Oh, no way. These things are frustrating. Nope. I don't want to get stuck in that. Yeah, that Magma Worm's terrible. He's brutal. He's a brutal Magma Worm. He definitely makes Consecrated Snowfield more difficult for sure. If you have any viewer requests, by the way, in terms of builds, don't forget to put them in the chat. We're going to be continuing to make builds and having fun with that. Is it nighttime? I can't tell whether it's nighttime. It looks like it's almost nighttime. I'm not sure. We're going to find out because I think he's going to turn into something. You have to talk to him first. So you need like one line of dialogue. All right, so this should be pretty cool. Is it nighttime? No, it is not nighttime. We're going to pass nighttime. Welcome, everyone that's new. We're making builds and using a randomizer. It's been pretty fun so far. Hopefully he disappears. Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be a boss here, like it's a replacement thing. There has to be one. All right, let's jump in and see what we can do with this build. I think it could be a fun one overall. All right, this is not bad at all, to be honest. Oh, that was pretty good. He's just stuck in here. I don't think he can leave. All right, that was a sick takedown. Sick takedown, guys. I don't think it could have done anything to stop me from winning that one. Oh wow, 46's lightning spear. Oh, that always drops there. We have the Flame Art Cross Snaggy Nada plus 25. We used it with Flaming Strike, Giant Seal, Guard of Alexander, Spear Talisman, Godfrey Icon, Fire Scorpion Charm, Flame Tier, Blood Sucking Crack Tier. For this one, we went with 70 Faith and the base stats for the weapon, 60 Vigor. All right, so that was a pretty cool one overall. That was definitely unique for sure. Now we're going to do a dual Reduvia build. A dual Reduvia build. That sounds fun. Doing 2 Reduvia sounds fun. You gotta love the Glorious Merchant too. I think it's like the best mod I ever used because you just walk up to him and buy 2 +10s, which is just sick. Like, here you go. Here you go, Matt. Here's 2 +10 Reduvias. Let's see how much damage these do. I'm not really a dagger guy at a +9 Reduvia, but I don't run these too often. Actually, I'm not too good. Yeah, he barely fit in the shack. I don't think he could have left the shack. I think he was completely stuck. I'm not 100% sure on that. Apparently, I need Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. But yeah, I don't think he could get out. I think it would have been a surprise to me if he was able to get out. So, I don't think he was able to do much at all. I think he was just stuck permanently. All right, so we need this Lord of Blood's Exaltation too. All right, we're building up on successive hits for sure, and we're not going to be throwing in any incantations for this one. We want the Thorny tier, right? Thorny tier, yeah, that's good. That's good. Anyone else from the Northeast, by the way? I'm from the Northeast. I'm from New Jersey, and we are getting up to 24 inches of snow tomorrow, which just sounds awful. Yeah, that's not fun. That's a lot of snow to shovel, so that's going to be definitely interesting, to say the least. All right, we need Dex and Arcane. This is an easy one to build around. This could be pretty potent. Pretty potent build. I could have went for... we don't need any strength. What am I doing? Let's see, 35 Dex. We want to do some buffs. We have Millicent's Prosthesis too, so there's that. Go for 45 Arcane. Give myself a little more damage and bleed. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I love Silent Hill. Oh yeah, Justin, me too, man. It's gonna be terrible, honestly. Honestly, it's gonna be awful. My character might have froze up there when I respec for a second. Let's see what we can take on. I'm still trying to avoid that dual boss fight until I know I have something comfortable to fight him with, at least. He's done. We got the DLC, too. I'm not sure what's in the DLC. We can run out this way. There's a lot of stuff this way. There's a duo boss fight here, too. There's a whole bunch of different ones, honestly. I'm not sure where I want to go, because I want to make sure that wherever I go, it isn't completely terrible. Let's go see what's out in Caelid. I'm gonna take a ride real quick. Oh yeah, we can do a Carrion Spellblade in a little bit. We got to get through the Reduvia first. We got to do some Reduvia damage here. Hey, buddy. Has anybody noticed they don't react that much? I think you could make them more aggressive though, but they don't. I think with the randomizer, they just kind of stand there, and they don't do much. They don't they're not alerted as easily. Kind of nice though. I don't mind it. All right, this is gonna be fun. We have a lot of bosses in Caelid that we can look through before we go to DLC, so. And there's an ant here, and a snail. Hello, snail. This is great. I love this. I don't use randomizers often, so this is pretty fun. I think this is actually awesome. I don't use mods that often, so I've used a randomizer I think like 1 or 2 other times total. So I don't really have much experience with them. All right, let's go down here and find out. Well, we got a dragon to take on too, right? But is it just going to replace the dragon with another dragon? Because I feel like that's what it does. It just tries to fit the space or whatever. It almost feels like that. I can't say for sure, but it does feel like it might be that. Yeah, I filled it with another dragon. This is actually a good dragon to fight, though. It's a pretty fun fight. So we'll do this one. I think this is this a doula? It's a doula. Oh yeah, for sure. We can grab that set, so for sure. All right, so he's not as alerted as easily, and let's see what we're able to do. Yeah, I think it just replaces them with like a different, like it just ends up in a different spot. Is this a doula? I don't know. I can't tell because they all look very similar. Okay. The music is also random too. Yeah, this is a doula. Oh, 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 oh. I'm not gonna hit him like that. No way. Okay. Thanks, Torrent. Wait, he got... Oh, come on. Don't go off there. No way. Well, I can't really hit him like this. Oh, he's gradually making his way back down. Can you fall down? I don't feel like I could... Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't even have, like, a hitbox. It just appeared. All right, let's see if we can do some damage to his head. We got to hit him finally. All right, will you stop doing these moves? This is like a brutal dragon. There we go. We finally got some excessive attacks in. Pretty cool stuff. And we got a blood proc in there too. All right, that was decent. I'm okay with that. That worked out pretty well. Yeah, that did a good amount of damage. That was a pretty good one overall. I had fun with that one. I like the Reduvius. They're fun. He just went in a really bad place, and it made it more difficult for sure. Use the Shard, Millicent's Prosthesis, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Lord of Blood's Exaltation. You can add the White Mask to this one. Thorny Tear, Bloodsucking Correct Tear, Golden Vow, Flame Strength, Blessing's Boon. And the main stats are 45 Arcane, 40 Dexterity, 60 Vigor. So we're going to do a Spellblade now. Did I grab the Grace that's by here? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Sweet. That's good news. All right, so we are now going to set up a Spellblade. We need the Spellblade set. That could be pretty fun. That could be pretty fun. Armor. Get what it looks like. It's the clown set. There we go. It's one piece. Let's see what else we got here. Should be light, right? Okay, altered. What's the... Oh, one has the cape. I kind of like the cape, though. Cape's kind of cool. See. This is Spellblade. And this is Spellblade. It is a weird looking set, for sure. Yeah, they're tough. We might end up with a light equipment load. Thanks, Kale. You're awesome. Let's see what we can do here. We got the Spellblade set. And we're going to add the entire thing. And for a spell blade, we probably need the carrying sorceries, right? Something like that. We need those for sure. That would be helpful, I think, for this. So we can grab something for that for sure. Kind of make it a little bit better. Let's see. We have carrying slicer. I think I have Terra Magica, but I can add it. Let's see. Terra Magica is, I think I already have this, but Starlight. And then Ashes of War, we already have these ones. Probably going to use the one from the DLC, but I think I have Carrying Sovereignty already. So let's see what kind of weapon we want for this, but I feel actually, you know what? I'm going to grab this. Would be a good one. We can keep, might be able to keep a light equipment load. It's going to be tight though. There we go. Might not add faith buffs to this one. We have a medium load. There's nothing I can do. Carrion Piercer, I can add that one. Let's find out real quick what we can do to buff this one up, to give this one a good amount of damage. Overall, we're going to raise the potency of sorceries. But we need the Godfrey icon because I want to add Carrion Grandeur or something too. I want to make this one like super powerful. I want to do a lot of damage with this one. I want it to be pretty impressive in terms of power. We can, we don't really need any buffs. I'm just going to use Golden Vow Ash of War. Stats are going to be kind of tight. All right, so we're going to grab Carrion Piercer and then respec for this. And then I can put the spells in, but we need one more. Where is Carrion Piercer? Right here. I don't think I've ever used Carrion Piercer. Not once in like all my playing of the game. I don't think I've ever used it. It's definitely a new one for me. It's not something I use very often. It's pretty cool, probably because it's of the Carrion Sorcerer. I mean, pretty much all of them are good, so I'm assuming it's good. Hopefully it is. All right, for the Miséricorde, we are going to put something good on that. Go with Carrion Sovereignty. Sick. And then for our spells, we want Terra Magica. We want Carrion Slicer because that's always good. And Carrion Piercer. That's good enough for me. All right, let's respec, see how much damage we can get with this one. I ended up with a light equipment load, but I'm probably not going to have as much endurance as I have now.
Is it time?
We'll find out.
No.
Welcome, by the way, if you're new. We're doing a randomizer and also making builds at the same time. It's pretty fun. We need some... Might have to go a little lower in vigor. Try that for now. We don't need a lot of dexterity. We don't need faith. Intelligence. Let's see how much we can get here. Wow, we got... Okay, so that actually worked out without the faith buffs. That was pretty cool. We should be able to do a decent amount of damage with this setup. This should be a pretty good damaging setup.
For being born of my beloved
Spirit Sorcerer build? I guess we could try something like that after. Alright, we gotta find a boss to fight first. We gotta find a unique boss to fight. Kind of almost want to go fight this Magma Worm while he's here. But he's brutal. He could end up beating me up. But we could get a lot of damage on him. Give it a go. See what happens. Yeah, the spectral rings are pretty cool. We could try that too. So, let's see what's up here. We have crawfish in here. All right, so we're moving to the Magma Worm, the tough Magma Worm, and we're gonna see if we can get damage on him. But I'm not really certain. I'm not that confident in this one. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not sure. Wait, did I grab the magic tier? I did, right? Yes, I did. Good stuff. All right, let's see if we can get anywhere near him with this Ash of War. This is gonna be tough. Could probably try to sneak behind him, maybe. Oh, that did a lot of damage to him. I'm actually content with the way that came out. That was a lot of damage. That was pretty good. Try carrying Piercer next. All right, so he's pretty... Why does the magma stay that long? It stays too long. Oh, I knew I was going to get hit by that. I needed range, something ranged, though. That's the only thing that this build is lacking. I don't have anything ranged to use on him. Ooh, hit me at the worst time. Damn. Yeah, carrying Piercer is a little bit hard to use. Oh, I died. Yeah, this is a difficult one because he's a pain. The magma on the ground just does so much damage that it makes it really difficult. It does too much damage overall. Takes too much of my health off. Yeah, they are messy for absolutely. I felt like I had them too. I have a seal. I don't need a seal though. Right, let's see what we can do here. Now he's running this time. Maybe I can get him to come back to Terra Magica. Wait, where did he go? That should do more poise damage than it does. I feel like I can't get poise damage on him. We're gonna have to come up with something else here to take him out. Yeah, carrying Piercer, I don't know about. Carrying Slicer is so much better, to be honest. Like, it just makes more sense to just do this. Did he break? Oh, no way. Sick. That's awesome. That was an awesome takedown. That might make one of my videos. That was a cool way to take him down. Cool build, by the way. Pretty cool stuff. Came up with something pretty good here. We ended up using the Magic Misery Corday with Carrion Sovereignty, Golden Val Ash of War, Stet's Glintstone Staff +10. We have the Spellblade set, Shard of Alexander, Magic Scorpion Charm, Grave Mass Talisman, Godfrey Icon, Magic Tier, Bloodsucking Crack Tier. We use Terra Magica, Carrion Piercer, Carrion Slicer, and then we have 80 Intelligence, 55 Vigor. Pretty cool build all around. I honestly like that one. I thought that one was excellent. Pretty solid stuff. Oh, yeah. Piercer's probably good against them because you can probably, like, flip them up in the air and stuff. But for the Magma Worm, it just wasn't doing enough damage. But we did come up with something there. What was the Rings of Lights? Was that the person asking for that? Was that the DLC one? I don't... Oops, I said goodbye. I don't mean goodbye. I want to come back. All right, so... Was it the Ring of Spectral Lights? I forget which ones that we were looking for next. We were going to do something. Okay, DLC Spectral Rings. Okay, so cool. All right, so we can grab that one here. And then we are going to grab, see what goes with that. We need, still think Prince of Death staff's probably the best, but there's probably a DLC staff that works well. Let's find out. Yeah, that's Faith Intelligence. Is it Faith and it's Faith and Intelligence, right? Try that one. Or we can end up trying the other option we have another option too. We could also go with the Prince of Death staff too. And we'll try to build around this one. Let's see how much damage we can get with this one. This should be a pretty cool one. Has insane range. Yeah, I think it does have really good range from what I remember. All right, so kind of want to get rid of the spell plate set. I'm not sure that we need that. I don't know if that's going to help us or not. Doesn't help with spells. It only helps with Ashes of War. All right, so we're going to look at Rings of Spectral Light. And then we are going to go and gonna add something else to it, but I'm not sure what. This is Faith and Intelligence, so that's pretty cool. I don't really build around that often. Magic tier makes sense because it does magic damage. Let's find out. So the Golden Vow Ash of War we got here. And we'll use that again. I think we could actually run a similar setup to what we ran before. We don't need the Carrion Grandeur part of it. So we would probably build around this. I think it is chargeable, so it's going to look similar. So I don't even need to respec. Well, no, I do need to respec because we need Faith. So I actually have to change for this one. I forgot.
No.
We do need Faith. Go 23 and 23. And then we don't need Strength or Dexterity, really, so that's a plus. We need some Faith, though. Maybe enough for Hal? I don't know. Let's see if we can get to 45 on both these. That should give us decent scaling, I think, stats-wise. It's pretty good. Let's find out what we get from Prince of Death's staff and the other staff. Because I'm not sure what we'll get. The stats is unavailable. Okay, Staff of the Great Beyond for this level is the way to go. For sure. It looks like that's the better one. I'm going to pick a random armor set. I just want to get something on that gives me, that looks weird. It gives me defense. I'm good without this helm, to be honest. Want some defense. I don't know who we're going to run into next, honestly. It could end up being weird because we've been running into completely random bosses that I have no idea why the hell they are where they are. All right, so Terra Magica. I could run Carrying Grandeur again. I mean, I can technically. I'm probably not going to use it, but we can. All right, so we got 56 boys, and my character's got a decent amount of defense. Let's go somewhere random. Let's go find out what the commander's up to. Find the commander. See what he turned into. I hope it's just not the other commander. That's the only thing that I'd be really disappointed with if it's just the other commander from Mountaintops. Welcome everybody if you're new, by the way. We are having a lot of fun. We're making builds while also using a randomizer at the same time in Glorious Merchant. It's pretty fun. It's honestly been a great time so far. I love making builds, and this kind of adds a nice twist to it because I have no idea what boss we're going to run into. And that keeps it interesting. I think the randomizer aspect is really fun. So we're going to continue to have fun with that too. Okay, he gave me a Smithing Stone 3. I don't need that. All right, we are almost there. We're going to find out what the commander is here shortly. I'm going to grab the Grace, though. I don't know what bosses are going to be out here. It's going to be interesting for sure. All right, so we are going to be moving around here. Oh, this is going to be mad fun. I can't wait for this one, honestly. It's not a crawfish, guys. Don't worry. That's just there. They have like a million of those. Anybody notice that there's like an overwhelming amount? Whoa, buddy. What are you doing? There's like an overwhelming amount of them already. Don't know why. It's like the game knows they're annoying, so it just puts them everywhere. He might hit me while I'm buffing. Yeah, we're going to find out. Let's see what boss this is. Is that the demi-human? Okay, that's not bad at all. I think we can do faith buffs. I forgot that. So, hold on. We're gonna add some buffs to this one. I want to see how much damage we can get with this. I think this has a high damage cap. So, yeah, I got sniped by the lobster. Unfortunately. Let's set this up in a way that I want it set up. Golden Vow. I think we use Hellish Brewery for this one too. It's definitely doable. And Terra Magica and rings. And then what I could do is I could ditch this. And honestly, I might just go full rings here. Because we already kind of covered that other one. So let's go full rings. Let's see what we got to do. This is going to be mad fun. Let's see how much damage we can get on the demi-human, apparently. add some buffs to this one. All right, so we're gonna go up to him, and we're gonna see how much damage we can get. Rings of Spectral Light, and then try to use this. I think he's gonna make. That was way too easy. He did have 10,000 HP though. He had a fairly good amount of HP. It just Spectral Light. Well, a letter. Cool. Spectral Light definitely made it interesting. That was a pretty cool one. I honestly like that one. We used the Staff of Great Beyond, plus 10. We have 56 boys. Shard of Alexander, Magic Scorpion Charm, Grim Mass Talisman, Godfrey Icon, Magic Tier, Bloodsuck and Correct Tier, Golden Valhalla Spree, Blessings Boon for this one. You could buff this with Faith, Terra Magica, Spectral Rings of Light, and then 45 Faith, 50 Intelligence, 55 Vigor. So pretty good stuff. Magic Tier, Bloodsuck and Correct Tier too. All right, that was a pretty good one. I'm happy with the way that one came out. Lots of damage there. That was a solid one. Yeah, it could have. I just would need to be at a high level because I have to split my stats to use it and everything. So I could have went for a minimal amount of faith and then higher intelligence, but we still got 312 scaling with the Staff of the Great Beyond. It wasn't too bad. It's kind of a unique staff to use. It's actually a really short staff if you look at it, but it's a pretty cool one overall. I do enjoy it. All right, so for the next build here, we're gonna come up with something random again. I want something powerful. I want to do something like pretty powerful because I'm ready to take on that duo boss fight and find out what we end up with, or one of the duo boss fights. So that could be interesting if we can come up with something for them. I'm not sure yet what we can end up doing. I have a couple builds off the top of my head that I can do, and it could be an interesting fight because I have no idea what they are. They're completely random. So there's a couple of different build requests I can go through. The Pyramid Head cosplay, I don't know if I can do live. I don't even know what armor to use for that or weapons. Feel like that's just like an axe build, you know. I'm not sure what I would do live. I would have to take time and like write that one out. That's like the Spider-Man build. That takes a second. Yeah, I could. What let's see. Let's see if he has actual triangle helmets. Let's find out. I mean, sort of that. That's sort of triangle. That's one. That's triangle. We got a couple that we could use. What else is That's a weird mask. I didn't even know that existed. I don't think I've ever picked that up. Let's see. Trying to find a triangle mask. Let's see what the DLC has to offer in terms of armor. Okay, the one next to gold mask. All right, we'll look at that because the DLC I don't think it's going to have many triangle masks. Oh, that's a pretty cool helm though, the Death Knight helm. Sick. All right, so we'll go to regular armor and gold mask. Yeah, the Great Hood. Yeah, that I could see that. That definitely fits. That could fit for sure. That's definitely one that we could use for sure. All right, before we do this one, I just need 1 minute. I will be right back. All right, I'm here, guys. Let's do this. Let's make a pyramid head build. What weapon does he use? I don't remember what weapon. He used like an axe, right, or something. Is it an axe? I think it's an axe. Let's find out. Let's see what we got for the triangle head. This is a big triangle head. That's also a triangle head. It doesn't really fit though. Does that fit? I don't know. Kind of weird looking. This is probably. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. You're right. You're right. That's the one for sure. That is definitely the pyramid head vibe. What else would he wear though? That's the other question. I mean, just like commoner garbs or something. Cloth garb. I don't know. Trying to think of what else he would wear. I think it would be cool if we did something that made, you know, looked closer to him. Off the top of my head. Which rags specifically? Let's go find out.
What is?
Let's see. What? There might be a better idea. Waistcloth from the curse blade. Okay, let's try that. Waistcloth from the curse blade. Some cool stuff in DLC. DLC had a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. Did I miss it? I might have missed it. Huh. Okay, hold on. We'll find it. It's on box. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We found it. We found it. We found it. That was the one, right? I believe that was the one. Everything else after this is just straight up armor. Some really cool armor sets though from the DLC. The DLC had fantastic armor. I don't know what pants though. We need pants, guys. All right, so we need pants. We're gonna make a cosplay build here. Let's come up with some pants. No, not gonna do. All right, so as far as pants go for him, I don't know. I haven't played Silent Hill in a minute. Played the remake, but it's been a minute. I wasn't also paying attention to his pants very often, so kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah, I'll try to find something. See if we can buy something. We need ripped pants. We need some kind of ripped pants. I think the battle mage, maybe. Possibly. That could be one. They have some really cool... Very cool stuff. I'd like to take that. Need something ripped that... This will work. I think that'll do. Kind of cool, too.
Goodbye.
Alright, so we're trying to make the pyramid head from... Silent Hill, which is pretty fun. Let's see what we got. That actually doesn't look bad, but what about we need something like braided arm wraps? Is that close, guys? Are we close? Did we get close? did we get decently close? I forget what weapon he uses. Like, what does he use? I don't remember off the top of my head. I gotta design something for that too. So we need to come up with something cool for that because it does look like the pyramid head, and we're about to take on some random bosses with him. So, I think overall, it's a pretty cool look. It does fit. It definitely fits together. We have 20 poise though. We don't have a lot of poise. We're gonna be taking on random bosses. That's what we've been doing. Yeah, he has a big saw, so we're gonna have to come up with something for that. I think the best thing for that is going to be like the Bonnie knife, maybe something like that. That would be pretty cool. I think that would fit well. Or the yeah, the sharpening on the Bonnie. Yeah, this one is what I'm talking about. Where is it? This one is gonna look sick. If I can find it, don't scroll past it, Matt. Gotta be here somewhere. I know it's here. What is it? Okay, here we go. It's under. So the body butchering knife, I think, could be the one. I think that'd be a great one overall. I don't really know if I've built around this before or not. It would be fun to build around this though, for sure. Definitely be cool to check this one out and see what we could do, because I don't really use this weapon very often. It's a quality weapon. Okay, it's weird. It's got 20 dex requirement and 16 strength, yet it scales with strength almost entirely. That's strange. So this one is the one that does it. This is going to be a tough one to build around, guys. It'll be fun though. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're doing a randomizer and making builds in the process. It's been fun. The Great Katana. Yeah, you're right. That kind of looks well, too. Maybe we'll do both. I don't know. We can make a quality build. That would be fun. We could turn them into a complete quality build. I'm completely fine with that. I mean, that looks sick, too. I mean, this just generally looks sick. Kind of goes through his hood, though, which I don't like that they go through the hood. I feel like it could have been a little bit better had it not gone through the hood. But I think that this looks more intimidating. So, I mean, that's more intimidating to me. So, I'm going to build around a quality build, and then we'll go from there. So, we'll do a quality build for this one. It should be fun. We need a cool Ash of War for the Great Katana, though. We need something that is going to do a decent amount of damage. Quality affinity. We can also put bleed on that if we want to, just for damage. And then, I guess successive hits, but I kind of want to build up on charged hits almost. I'm not sure. All right, we got this. We're going to make this right now. This is going to work. This is going to be fun. This is actually pretty cool. I like the concept here. Yeah, the charged R2 would be cool. That would be a cool addition. You're right. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. I'm just gonna make a quality build from now on, and sorry, not from now on, for this one, and then we're gonna see what we got. We've got the room to run 2 weapons, so we just need quality stats, really good quality stats. Quality is a rare build. It's rare to build around quality, because like no one does it, but I'm going to. It was great in Dark Souls. It just took a backseat in Elden Ring. We got this. All right, we need some quality stats now. You do get more return from... Yeah, there we go. Wow, both of them have good AR. This is going to be excellent. Honestly, I think this is really cool. All right, so we could use both of these. And I think I'm going to put Braggart's Roar on the Great Katana, because I feel like that would give me the drag possibly. So I don't know if you can use Blood Flame Blade with that. We'll find out. I don't think so, but it would still be cool nonetheless. It does a lot of damage. It also increases the amount of stats effects anyway. But yeah, quality is awesome. Honestly, it really just takes a backseat. Nobody really talks about quality, but we should be talking about quality, because quality is fun. It's fun to build around a quality build, especially as you move up in levels. It only gets better. Like, it only gets better. So it ends up being really good overall. All right, so we have the ability to build up on bleed. We have a roar, so we're gonna go with this. I think this is probably pretty... We're not really doing... Does this do innate bleed or anything? No, it has no passive effects on it. That's pretty bum. All right, so without the passive effects and everything, so there's none on that one. There's one on this one. We're going to run it something like this. We have charge attacks being boosted. Overall, this is a pretty cool build, honestly. This looks sick. So we're going to try this and see what we can run into. What do we want to fight for this, guys? What do we want to hop into? A duo boss fight? Maybe? Pyramid Head? Is this boss here? Let's find out. Yeah, I think it looks really cool, by the way. Whoever suggested this is a pretty cool build. Awesome, honestly. Pretty fun, to be honest. I just want to see real quick because I don't remember. Can you use Blood Flame Blade? You probably can't. Yeah, it goes away. So you can't use it for that. We could just use it if we want to for regular hits and stuff. But we're not going for Blood Affinity here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try the drag on the ground and see who we end up fighting. We could end up fighting any boss because it's a randomizer. So it could be legitimately any single boss. Just completely and totally random. So let's find out. Let's see what's up here. All right, we're going to do this right now. Oh no, I got a lame boss. This is not gonna be that difficult. I thought this would be easier. I mean, more difficult. Sorry. It ended up. Okay, maybe it is gonna be difficult. All right, chill, bro. Whoa, maybe it is difficult. I haven't fought the Crystalians in a minute, but this was not what I was expecting for sure. I don't have a lot of defense or poise though, which is the only downside. That's... I don't have a ton of... Yeah, we don't have a ton of defense or poise. So that is one downside. Alright, that was pretty cool. And then I'm going to try to take out this Bonnie knife for this. Oh, there we go. This is sick, honestly. I love this build. This is a sick build. That was just a insane takedown too. That was awesome, honestly. That actually turned out pretty well, guys. What do you think? I thought that was pretty fun. That was a cool build. So for our pyramid head, we used the Bonnie butchering knife +10, the quality great katana with Braggart's roar, the great hood, aesthetics loincloth, braided arm wraps, and old sorcerer leg wraps. Axe talisman, two-headed sword talisman, claw talisman, roar medallion, and we have the spike cracked here, bloodsuck and cracked here. I could have added the axe too for the roar, and then we have 10 arcane, 27 faith, 40 dexterity and strength, 26 endurance, 19 mind, 60 vigor. Spike cracked here, bloodsuck and cracked here. Pretty cool all around. Enjoyed that one. Pretty fun. Oh yeah, the Bonnie knife looks sick. They both did really well. I don't think you could put an Ash of War on the Bonnie knife though, but there's a similar looking one that you get from the base game that you can put an Ash of War on. I think this one you can't put an Ash of War on, because I would put a Roar on it. That's the only way to get it. Yeah, you can't put an Ash of War on this one, but you could put an Ash of War on the other one that looks just like it. It's just gonna have faith scaling no matter what. So that's the one. The one I'm talking about is the one from the base game. You guys probably know which one that is. So. All right, let's make something powerful. That was a really cool one. I love the way this looks. I thought it was sick. This was a really fun one. We're gonna remove our talismans, remove all this, and yeah, that was pretty cool all around. Enjoyed that one. Definitely super fun. I'm gonna throw some armor on so I got some poise for the next build. I don't really like this one. How is everybody doing, by the way? I am Matt, your average gamer. We are currently making different builds while using a randomizer, which is pretty fun. And it's been a good time so far. Does this look cooler? I don't know. I don't really like these helms. This is my standard. What I usually wear. I can go with this for now. I just want some defense and stuff. Yeah, Anastasia. Yep, that's the knife. Yeah, you can use an Ash of War on that one. And then you can get the drag, and that would look sick. So that's definitely something really cool that we could do. All right, so I have other build requests I can go through. If anybody has any other ones in the chat, we can make them literally right now. If not, I'm going to start going through some of the ones that I got to do. It's been fun so far, though. We got a randomizer going, and we're making builds and fighting random bosses. So it's been an absolute blast. I enjoy this. This has been a really cool time, and the last one turned out really cool. We did a cosplay build. That was pretty excellent all around. Honestly, really fun. All right, so for the next one, all right, I have a couple build requests since we have none currently up. I am going to do the Serpent Bone Blade. I think I need. Somebody requested that. So let's find out how this one does and what damage we can get from it. This is kind of a unique one because I don't run this very often. It could be... It might actually be pretty bad. I don't know. It's poison damage, right? Deadly poison. So we're going to find out what that does. May take on the other duo boss fight with this one. I'm not sure. It could go poorly, though. I really don't know at this point. So we got double slash by default, and then we're going to be using the Kindred Rot's Exaltation. All right, so we're going to build up on successive hits. So I'm just going to build this the standard way that I would build this. And then we got to get rid of that charged attack power. We don't need that. And we're going to try to build around the Serpent Bone Blade. This is a pretty unique one. It's a katana build, so that's cool. It's going to be a fun one to build around. I don't think I've really covered this weapon at all. So that's pretty cool. It's definitely definitely a unique weapon. I'm not sure if it's any good, though, because I haven't used it in forever. You cannot put Blood Flame Plate on this. That would be awesome if we could do that. We can't, unfortunately. So we have consecutive attack build up, and then we just need dexterity. That's it. Pretty much only dex.
Is it time?
All right, guys, we're going to build around a Serpent Bone Blade build now. This is going to be fun. Let's jump into this and make a cool build for it, and then take on 2 random bosses that could be a nightmare because it's going to be a duo boss fight, which is going to be brutal, but it's okay. We got this. So just dexterity on this weapon. That's it. I'll give it this. It's got good dexterity scaling. 600 AR is okay. It's decent. It's not bad. All right, sweet. So we're going to go and see what this duo boss fight is here before we go into the DLC and stuff. We got some other tough bosses to take on too. I'm not sure what else is in the DLC. I have no idea at this point. I'm not at all sure. So it could be interesting. See what I have in the DLC. I have Divine Beast and the Rolana one. And then the Hippo would be right there. That's pretty cool. So there's going to be some more bosses there too. Sweet. By the way, we do have a goal. If we hit that goal, I will probably be doing a challenge run or a run through the entire game with a randomizer, making builds along the way without the merchant. That would be fun. That's pretty cool too, because the randomizer has been fun. I've had a good time with this. I don't do randomizers too often. It's kind of unique for me because it's not something I'm very used to. I already hate this. Is anybody staring at the boss we're looking at here? Because this is already terrible. This is awful. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Look, bro. Can he be poisoned? Does anybody know if he's poison immune? I don't remember if he's shit. I don't remember if he's poison immune or not. I don't know. He's kind of stuck in the corner. I don't want to activate the other boss. Oh, he almost went... Oh, that was pretty cool. I don't think he got poisoned, though. Oh, okay. This might be a good one to fight with this. I think he's actually fairly chopped. Like, he can be chopped up by slash damage. Why does this not actually build up poison much? I feel like the poison buildup is really not that great. There it is. There it is. Deadly poison, right? So he's going to get hit hard with that? Oh, come on. Nothing breaks anymore, man. There we go. Nothing breaks anymore. That was a pretty cool... Oh, stone sword key. Thanks. Didn't need that. So we ended up with a lot of AR for this. 600. That's pretty cool. For this one, we used the Shard of Alexander, Kindred Rot's Exaltation, Melissen's Prosthesis, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Thorny Tear, Bloodsucking Crack Tear, Golden Vow Flame Whip Strength, Blessings Boon, 25 Faith, 75 Dexterity, 25 Endurance, 19 Mind, 60 Vigor. Yeah, that was a pretty good one all around. Golden Vow Flame Whip Strength, Blessings Boon. So that was a pretty good one. Turned out really well for what it was. That was definitely a decent damage one. I'm not sure if they could be poisoned. I don't know. I was asking in the chat that. I really don't know for sure whether they can or can't, but the Red Bear stuff from the DLC, yeah, I could do that one. I'm gonna find out how much damage that one does. Does the helm increase the damage on it all or anything? I don't know if it increases any kind of damage. Let's find out. Let's find out. This is gonna be exciting because we might be going into the DLC soon-ish. We have a couple more bosses to take on though. So the Red Bear Claws, which has Red Bear Hunt. What does Red Bear Hunt do? I don't have the stats for it though, because I think it's a strength weapon. I don't cover this one too often. All right, so we get swipes. It has the same moveset as the Beast Claws. This is the same Beast Claw moveset. Yeah, it's a pretty fun Asher War. We're gonna need some strength for this one though. right? Yeah, it's strength scaling. So we're gonna find out how to build around this with strength, and we're gonna make a cool build with this one. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to this one. I enjoy all the fist weapons are pretty fun to build around, so they usually do decent poise damage. Maybe we can get a break.
No.
We haven't on Journey 4, it's been difficult breaking bosses. That's been the hardest thing for us so far is breaking bosses. They've been really difficult. They've been stubborn for some reason. All right, so do we need any dexterity or is it just strength? It's just strength. Sweet. Makes my life easier. Let's go as high as possible because we can't two-hand this. 500 AR is pretty impressive. That's pretty good. I'm good with that.
Now a sweeting, full
I'm good with 500 AR. That sounds pretty promising to me. All right, let's see what we got to do to build around this. I need to get custom real quick to this Ash of War. And then we're going to build around it and we're going to take on a random boss again. Completely random. Let's see what the Ash of War does. All right, so it has that full swipe. And then isn't there oh, we don't really have the faith for the incantations, but I think there's incantations too. It can build up on successive hits, I suppose. Maybe it breaks. Yeah, it could absolutely build up on successive hits for sure. All right, let's go out here. We're gonna see where the black knife is in the dragon. We're gonna see what boss is out here. So, got a lot to work with. This was a good area to pick because there's so many bosses to go through that it's just absolutely awesome. Now we have still more bosses to go through before the DLC section. So, these bosses can technically be DLC bosses. We just really haven't ran into any yet. So that was a little bit disappointed with that. But that was my only disappointment so far. I think it's been fun doing the randomizer, but I do wish they had more. I saw the DLC enemies. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they're here. As far as the actual bosses, though, I don't think we've ran into any, right? We didn't take on any. We had the mountaintops trees. We had the death bird. We had a couple different ones, but we had to put the Crystalians. That was interesting. That was a sick fight, though, for sure. That was a fitting fight for that area, by the way. That was an awesome fight for that area. That kind of felt perfect in the end. I complained about it initially, but it was pretty cool. Welcome, everybody. I just want to say welcome to the chat. This has been pretty fun. We're using a randomizer, and we're building through the Glorious Merchant, viewer-requested builds, and it's been an absolutely good time. Let's find out what's here. There's a random gargoyle statue here. I'm going to avoid that, although he doesn't seem to be aggroed by me. Let's find out what's here. Wait, this might be a DLC boss, guys. This might be a DLC boss. Let's find out. Oh, this is a DLC boss. And why does he look like he has the most range? Like, he's alerted already. How is he alerted? This is ridiculous. Like, I'm pretty far away from him. Oh, I knew that was gonna... Wait, what? Whoa, what are we doing? Hold on. Say that again? What? Oh, okay. All right, we were able to do a lot of damage there. I think we get bleed build up too. Oh, we got a blood proc. That actually shredded him. That was a really good build. That worked really well. I was pretty happy with the way that one came out. Why does everything give me a smithing stone 3 or a stone sword key? We have the red bear claws plus 10. This was a cool one overall. Chart of Alexander, Plate of Mercy, Talisman, Listens Prosthesis, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Thorny Tear, Bloodsucking Correct Tear, Golden Vow, Flame Grip Strength, Blessing Spoon. Our main thing is 70 Strength and 60 Vigor. Pretty cool all around. I enjoyed that. That was honestly a fun one for sure. Yeah, I can try the Protestant's Cleaver. We can do that next. We got some room to work with. I didn't grab that Grace. I just realized. Oh, no, I did. Thankfully, I grabbed that Grace. Good. I didn't grab that Grace, but I did. Good. We can go back there and take on the dragon with, I guess, the Protestant's Cleaver. Let's buy a plus 10 one. We're making builds. DLC items. This is my favorite merchant. So this is a weird one to build around because it's strength and arcane. But it's also frost damage for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's not a colossal, right? It's a... Here we go. It counts as a great axe. That's going to be interesting. So this builds around the same way too, because we're going to have similar successive attack damage here for this one, because it's got to be a similar build, but totally different stats. We're going to have to come up with something totally different. Something that works, makes this powerful overall. I think it would be fun to turn this one into something good, because this is a fun weapon in general. It's got a fun Ash of War. The Ash of War is actually sick. Welcome everyone if you're new. We're making builds, and if you have any builds, be sure to put them in the chat that you want to see. And we're basically doing a randomizer for the enemy placement to keep it interesting, and it's been fun so far. Do we need any dexterity for this one? I don't think we do. Find out in a second. No, we don't. We don't need dexterity. Don't think you need a lot of arcane. So we could run it at something like that. We have almost 800 AR of pure physical damage. I'm actually pretty good with that. That's pretty good all around. Yeah, this is a sick cleaver. This is honestly an awesome cleaver. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool looking cleaver. All right, let's go to see. I guess we could see what the dragon's up to here. See what he turned into. I'm not sure what he's going to end up turning into. It's been kind of random. Let's find out what we ended up with in terms of the dragon placement, which could be either really bad or really good. Welcome, by the way. I just want to say hi to everybody. It's been awesome, honestly. The first two streams were really fun. This one's been fun, too. So, welcome if you're new. Don't forget to subscribe as well. We are now taking on... Is that another Agil, or is that one of the DLC dragons? I can't tell. I can't tell what boss this is, guys. I don't know. I don't know why it would be a second Agil. Yeah, it's another... Yeah. They just replace it with a dragon for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of like... It's a little bit much, because I don't think it needs to be replaced with this. Like, they could have put anything here. There's so much room here. I'm going to try to get a break on him. Oh, I couldn't get it. Couldn't get it in time. Couldn't hit him in time, of course. Let's try to get a break on him. I wasn't actually trying to use my horse. But, oh no, this is a, it's a DLC dragon. Yeah, it's a DLC dragon. I didn't realize it's the Drake. I don't know why he didn't break before. Yeah, nothing. Oh, there we go. Finally got a break, because we're going to shred him with this Ash of War once we get a break. Yeah, there we go. Pretty cool stuff. That was a lot of fun. I had fun. That Ash of War is incredibly fun. Oh, cloth garb. I'm glad I took down that Drake for a cloth garb. Percheston's Cleaver +10 we used for this one. Guard of Alexander, Blade of Mercy, Talisman, Listen Prosthesis, Rodwing Sword Insignia, Thorny Tear, Bloodsucking Crack Tear, Golden Bell, Flame from Strength, Blessing Spoon. We have 40 Arcane, 40 Strength, 60 Vigor. Those are our main stats there. That was a pretty cool one. Fun. It has innate frost, but it's very low. It's a very small amount of innate frost that's on it. 55, so it's hard to actually build it up. Yeah, yep. It was one of the ones on the way with Aegon. Aegon, however you say his name. All right, we're gonna make another build. Let's make more builds.
Well, you're back.
We got a lot we can work with. Some DLC weapons I haven't covered either that I can do for sure. These ones have square off on them. The Sword of Darkness would be pretty cool, but it's just square off, honestly. So it's I don't know. I think it'd be pretty. Straight swords are cool though. They're cool in general. Carrying Sorcery Sword, a sword I did recently. Quailins we did recently. Let's find out what else we got here. I could do another build for Euphoria. I love Euphoria. So much fun. Let's see what else we got here. Sunflower we did recently. That was a really fun one, for sure. Mesmer Spear is also really cool. See what we can come up with here. I kind of want to do like a blood one for the Golem Fist, because Golem Fists are just so much fun. They break everything. Honestly, I want to see what blood affinity looks like with this weapon. I'm curious. Curious as to can you put affinity on this one? If you can put affinity on this, I want to try something with it. And we can. Sweet. We can put an affinity on this one. So we can do endure and then like blood affinity. Wow, it gets a lot of bleed build up. That's pretty sick. We're gonna need to move stats though. But this is one I wanted to do because I did this in heavy. It's good in heavy. Blood affinity would be pretty fun. Pretty fun to do like a beat 'em up build. That would be neat. We need too many stats. Too many stats for some reason. Everything, all the Smith's grip weapons need intelligence. You have to have intelligence too on top of everything else. For some reason. So we need 11 intelligence. We're going to get that, though, easily. This is going to be fun. The Golem Fist are a blast. Why do I feel like the damage is off? Do I need dexterity? No, I don't need dexterity. Oh, I need arcane. I was going for blood affinity, that's why. Let's see what we can get to. All right, we need a little bit of maneuvering in room. Let's see if we can find something here. I want a decent amount of bleed build up for this one.
Thou art now a sweeting, full fine.
Yeah, you need to be smart to throw a rock in this game. The rock buckets were fun the other day. I did those the other day. They didn't have the power that I wanted them to have, unfortunately. It's a little bit of an interesting one though to try for sure. So, we've built up around charged hits. We want to build this around charged hits if we can, but it can also build up on successive hits. So let's build up charged. I think this one's going to be great charged. Excellent. I think it's going to be fantastic. Welcome if you're new. We're playing a randomizer and we're making builds. This has been so fun, honestly. I love this in terms of just making builds, and now we have random bosses to fight. So, all right. So what do we have left, guys? We got a lot. We went through a lot in terms of the actual map, and we took on a whole bunch of random bosses, a whole bunch of like an assortment of just weird bosses. We could go out to Caelid. We could take a ride out there, or do you guys want to see DLC? What do you think? I'm going to ask the chat. Should we hit DLC and see what's there, or should we take a ride out to Caelid and hit some of those Dragon Barrel bosses? I'm curious as to your thoughts on that one, because I could go to DLC now, but there's a lot of bosses left in general. We do have a little bit of time. DLC. I was thinking DLC. All right, so let's see what Rolana turned into. All right, anybody have guesses for Rolana? Do we have any guesses? I'm curious if anybody like has a guess. I'm curious because it's got to be a boss that could fit in this arena. It's got to be something that could fit in this arena for sure. Hey, Lucy One, what's up? Yeah, could be Loretta. You're right. Loretta would make sense. It could be Loretta. That was a good guess. I think Loretta was a good guess. We got Millennia. Oh, I hope it's not Millennia. Dragon. Oh, God. I hope. Please don't be a Geel. Oh, okay. This was not what I expected. This makes no sense. Okay, he's got a lot of HP, guys. It matched his HP from Rolana. Does anyone else notice what I'm... Okay, wow, we did 14,000 damage. All right, this is great. Does he have her resistances? I wonder. Hold on. Oh, this does a lot of damage. This is a sick weapon. I love this weapon. This is so much fun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. For some reason, there he goes. He phase transition. Not that this is an exciting phase transition. Oh, whoa, he hit me with that because I didn't expect him to come immediately out of that and do what he did. He also didn't really, his face didn't change. It's the same thing. Now it changed. There we go. Whoa. This is actually sick. Reminds me of Night Rain because the bosses are so randomly placed. I might actually have a hard time with this fight, to be honest. All right, he will not break though, which is really disappointing. I could lose this fight based on the fact that he's not gonna break. And he hit me way too hard there. Oh no, I'm dead. Why won't he break? I died. Damn, I'm gonna take him on again. Yeah, for some reason it's really fitting, and honestly, he's got a ton of HP. It gave him 60,000 HP, which is what Rana has. So it's just tough, man. It's like you walk in here, you think you're gonna. Does anybody else think that I should have gotten a posture break though? I think posture's just acting really weird lately. I don't know. I feel like I should have got a break. There wasn't enough time in between. Yeah, the damage is good. It's a good build. This is definitely the way I want to go. And we're gonna take him on again. We got this. Might have to switch some flask over because we're not really using FP. Oh, I have Endure. I forgot. Oh no, that didn't help much. That was just a waste of time. Oh, I died again immediately. I need to switch some of my flask over for this one for sure. I'm gonna switch over some of my flask because apparently Godric is now insane, and then apparently not using Tor because that didn't help me at all. Don't know why, but he managed to still hit me like just as hard. We need a little bit more health flask because we're using the blood sucking correct here, so we need some flask. We need some help here. Let's go for some added flask. Yeah, he took me out quick. We're gonna get him this try though. We got him. I got this. I'd say it's only Godric, but for some reason this feels like the Godric almost from Night Rain for some reason. It doesn't feel like regular Godric. It's kind of just absolutely nutty that this is the fight we're being given. All right, so we can hit him with a double hit there and then back off. Don't get greedy because you can hit him with up close hits there. You have to make contact to get the bleed, I think. Got the bleed there. All right, I'm not worried about playing aggressively now. I'm just going to give him the space he wants because he does want space. So again, though, with the braking issues, not sure what's going on here. There we go. That's why I was waiting for that. I have no idea why that took so long. That shouldn't have taken that long. Might be able to just get like a free bleed proc while he does this. There we go. Oh, whoa. It doesn't phase transition him. He just ends up in, I don't know. That's kind of like, feels like cheating almost because he just gets a free move afterwards. It's weird. Hey, that didn't break him either. There we go. There we go. We got Godric. We got Godric. That was a sick fight. That was the perfect fight to be in this arena. Does anybody else think that? Like, that for some reason, that was great. But we ended up with a really cool Golem Fist build. Plus 25. We had it Endure. I didn't really use that, though. But it got a ton of bleed build up. Lord of Blood's Exaltation, Blade of Mercy Talisman, Axe Talisman, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Spike Correct Tier, Blood Sucking Correct Tier, Golden Bow, Flame Grim Strength, Blessings Boon. We had 40 Arcane, 40 Strength, and 60 Vigor. That was a cool one. I honestly love that one. That was fantastic. That was a cool takedown and a fun play of, like, Godric. I didn't expect him to be there, so. Are you wearing random armor? Yeah, you are. You're totally wearing random armor. Just whatever you found, apparently. All right, so should we go to the... All right, so we have the bear next. The bear is going to be the one up next, and then we could do Divine Beast, the hippo, and see what we end up with. Some weird stuff that we're going to end up finding. A pirate build? Yeah, I could do a pirate build. Could be a hard one to do, though, for this. But we can definitely do it for the bear. The bear... Well, I don't know what's going to replace the bear. Let's grab one of those. So should we grab two of them or just one? This one. I think maybe just one. One feels more pirate-like. Got a lot of runes for that. Yeah, thanks, Justin. Yeah, honestly, it was really cool. Really, really cool fight. Totally enjoyed that. That was the perfect fight to be in there. That was excellent. All right, so we're gonna make another build this time for the
Bye for now.
Falcone, or however you say it. And this should be a pretty cool one. This is gonna be probably gonna do a little bit of a pirate-inspired build here. Uh,
What?
I know what head to use. We could just use the octopus head again. This would probably be a good head for this. Why is that not considered a rare item or a rare drop? It takes forever to farm for. That's a brutal one to farm for. It takes a long time to farm for that octopi head for some reason. We need a cool pirate look though. I don't know. I don't know what pirates wear these days. I'm not up on my pirate stuff here. I don't know. Maybe sorta, not really. Nope, that's too like royal or something. Yeah, the Golem Fist was awesome, Pete. Yeah, it's honestly a sick weapon. It does a ton of poise damage, and with the bleed build up we built around for it, it was great. That one turned out. That was probably the best build I made so far. That was great. So you don't want the octopi head? Yeah, his set. Yeah, you're right. His set would work. His set would work. We could do his set for this one. That would be pretty cool all around. I would have fun with that. In general, I forget what his helm is. You have a helm? You might not have it. We gotta find. Yeah, there. No, he has that helm. Yeah, the Gale helm, the one that looks like Gale from Dark Souls. Where's the eccentric set? Did I miss it? I might have missed it. Can't really miss this though. The beard helm, yeah. Is it light, or is it a heavier one? Find it. It should be here. So it's right here. I missed it because it has a standard armor look. And then I would think this would stand out, but apparently it's not standing out very much. The Zamar bracelets are really cool. Eccentric, yeah, I wouldn't have known that was even the set. The pants, I think, are the easiest ones because they're easy to figure out because they just look completely ugly. There we go. We got the whole set now. Let's see what we can do. All right, we're now building a pirate build. We're making a pirate build. We're going to take on a random boss too. We're using the eccentric set. Oh, hey, Brotherhood. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we've been making some builds here. I don't know. This is sort of pirate-like. I don't think he kind of looks pirate-like. You don't like the octopi head, though. I know some of you guys probably don't like that helm. Is there a better pirate helm for him? Is it? This is one, right? It's a pirate helm right there.
Goodbye.
Let's try that. Let's try that. Yeah, kinda. I don't know. I feel like that chest piece might. Well, he sort of looks like a pirate. It's pretty close. Not bad. Not bad. So, would a pirate have a shield? I don't know if a pirate would have a shield or not. Gonna have to figure out a cool Ash of War for this one that's pirate-like. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can come up with. This one gets a, yeah, it looks pretty piratey. I would agree. No, not yet. I can do that one, though. Yeah, I think the buckler would work well. I think you're right. I don't think I have the buckler on me. I'll buy the buckler. Though I don't know if I'm going to be pairing what replaces the bear. This is going to be an interesting one, because I don't know what's going to be out there. The Godric threw me off. Like, I don't know anything now. Like, the minute we saw Godric, I officially just have no idea what we're doing now. Like, we're build making, but what bosses are we going to run into? I have no idea. I think lightning would be pretty cool. Blink bolt is pretty cool, but I don't know. That's not that strong. You got to come up with something that works in terms of like pirate making. Wild Strikes kind of works. That one's pretty cool. Oh yeah, pirates do not use shields. You're right. You're right. All right, so we're gonna ditch that shield, and then Wild Strikes feels pretty Oh, we get an A in strength scaling with the Falchion. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. Pretty neat. So we don't need the shield, but we do need to build up on successive hits to get some damage on whatever we run into here. It's going to be a really, really cool one, too, because it's going to be a lot of fun. We don't have bleed build up. We're not going to be breaking stances. Man, Sword Talisman sounds pretty cool, though. I like the way this one looks. This is a cool looking build. Welcome, everybody. If you're new, we're making builds and taking on completely random bosses, which has been fun and interesting, to say the least. So for this, we are going to go to probably just build completely around strength because it gets an A in strength scaling. I'm pretty impressed with that, honestly. I'm pretty glad that it does. I think that's pretty cool. And we'll go for some extra endurance here. We need 13 dexterity and then just mainly strength and I think a little bit of faith. See how much damage we can get. Yeah, it does. It does have good returns. It does have good returns. Actually, pretty surprising there that it does that well. All right, let's find out. We could try Craig Blade maybe too. That would be a cool one too. Let's go find out what the bear is. He could be. It's going to be random again. So. Yeah, maybe we could run Milady with this. We can run Milady too. Let's get a build for. Let's get. We have room to run both. So let's come up with a cool Ash of War for this one. Let's come up with something that works really cool. I think Stormblade feels pretty piratey. I don't know, but it doesn't scale with strength, so that wouldn't really fit. Piercing Fang, that also kind of feels kind of piratey too. That would be one I would probably say heavy affinity. It would have to be. We have the dex for this? Yeah, we got the dex for this. All right, so we're gonna go with this. I feel like, yeah, or Impaling Thrust. I think Piercing Fang or Impaling, they're both kind of similar, so I'm just gonna roll with this. We're gonna find out what the bear is. It's gonna be a completely random boss, so if you want to stay tuned for whatever is coming up next, it could be any boss in this spot. So we are gonna take that on, and we are gonna continue build making. If you have any builds that you want to see or weapons you want to see covered in Elden Ring and turned into builds, be sure to put them in the chat. We are now very, very close to whatever replaces the bear. If anybody has guesses on this one, I'm not sure what's going to replace him. Yeah, that makes sense. The deck thing. Yeah, that for sure. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? I hate fighting these. This is the worst. This was not a great one. I don't like this at all. This is a terrible fight for me, guys. This is gonna be like brutal. I don't fight these well. I only was able to fight the one before it because it was a regular one and didn't have a lot of health, but this is gonna have 60,000 HP. Oh my god, he ate me. Shit. Well, I died. Apparently his damage has been scaled up. That was terrible. He literally just went up and I had no time to roll. I literally had no time to roll. Yeah, that would be cool. Although Millennia probably get a little tiring after a while, man. I don't know. That's an interesting one, but it could be yeah, I hope next gen does allow for mods. That would be awesome. If we can get some mods on console, that'd be phenomenal. I'm grateful I have a PC now, but I did do Xbox for the first like 2 years of my channel, and it was brutal. I mean, you guys know I kept running through the game over and over again, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. All right, is he gonna do the same move? That's lame. All right, there, we got a break. Now we can follow up with some wild strikes. We're gonna follow up with some wild strikes here, guys. With Falchion. Alright, guys, I make decent builds, I think. I can make like anything work for the most part. Let's grab these runes, even though I don't know why we would need them, but we're gonna grab them anyway. Yeah, everybody, the randomizers are fun. This makes it fun. It makes it exciting. It makes it feel fresh. So we had the Falchion with Wild Strikes and Heavy Milady with Piercing Fang. We used the Eccentric set and the Aristocrat hat. Shard of Alexander, Millicent's Prosthesis, Two-Handed Sword Talisman, Rotting Sword Insignia, Authority Tier, Bloodsucking Crack Tier, Golden Veil Flame Grip Strength, Blessings Boon, 66 Strength, 25 Faith, 60 Vigor for anybody that's coming from the Shorts feed. I know some of you guys are coming from the Shorts feed, so we're gonna go to the Hippo now. Let's grab the Hippo's Grace, and I guess we'll find out. Well, actually, if we grab the Grace, we're gonna know what he is. I don't think I want to know what he is yet. I don't think I want to know. So let's go make the build first, and then we'll go to him, because he's just going to be sitting there, so we'll know what it is, and then I'll end up making a build around him. So, what was the other one? Somebody had a build request recently that I missed. So, there was somebody that requested something that I think it ended up going. It was the katana and the, what is that other word? I don't even know how to say that. The wakizashi or something? I don't know what it's called. But we're gonna grab those weapons. We're gonna make a katana build, I guess. We try the Nagakiba. I love the Nagakiba. The Nagakiba's sick. Isn't that like a knife though? It has a combination moveset. They have a moveset together, I'm assuming.
Goodbye for now.
Let's find out. We need the Nagakiba in our main slot hands, and the one we need first slot, and then we're gonna go here. They have a moveset together? Yeah, they do. I figured they did. Even though it's a dagger, they get that rare combination moveset. Much like the Rusted Anchor with like axes in general. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna try this. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we're definitely gonna change our armor set, because I'm not a fan of this right now. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I don't like the eccentric set though. This is pretty lame. 45, that doesn't give us enough. Maybe we can go for a helm here. So we need something to give us a decent amount of poise. Now we got a lot of poise. We look pretty cool too. Does the set? I forget. Does the Ronin set? I don't think I have that on me. That looks pretty cool too. The Ronin set's sick. Oh yeah, Mesmer Soldier with Earthshaker. Yeah, we could do that too. All right, first I want to respec these and figure out what Ashes of War I want on each one. Well, let me figure out what Ashes of War I want on these, because it might be like Bleed and Frost or something. Not sure yet for the Hippo. Yeah, I know. Thankle. So, how do you say your name? Sorry. Yeah. I forgot. It does have the. It's got quick step on it though, so but we could try to parry. The problem is we're gonna have a hard time finding a parryable boss. That's the thing. We might not be able to find a boss that we can parry because of the randomizer. I don't think we ran into any that we can. So I'm not sure. There's a weapon parry, right? Am I missing it? I believe there's a weapon parry somewhere here. Guess I missed it, or is it just regular parry that can go on the weapon? I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's yeah, because parry is for shields. Yeah, small and medium shields. All this stuff is bow related. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Weird that it didn't come up. Not in any of the initial, like he's got to have it. He has to have it. I would think he would have it. I think there's a parry for the weapon, but I don't know. This is all for shields. Spectral Lance would be cool. I mean, we're probably not going to be able to parry anyway, to be honest, because that would be really difficult to pull off. Because honestly, yeah, it would be a little bit hard to pull that off, because I don't know what boss we're going to run into. I mean, if it's something we can parry, we can go back and do it. All right, let's come up with something good. Nagakiba, Occult's always good. But I don't want to make it like too basic. Let's try to come up with something really good for this one. Maybe we'll do something like poison and bleed or something. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you can parry with it because I don't know, I couldn't find the ash or whatever we would need for it. So it's still a cool weapon though, nonetheless. It's definitely fun. It's a fun weapon in general. Let's try to come up with a cool katana build though, that utilizes this very short katana because it is relatively small. I've never really used this weapon before. I'm not sure what it scales well with. It also gets bleed build up cool, so it can be used in a cult opinion. You can't put seppuku on it. You would be able to put. I think I want to grab poisonous mist for this. This would be cool. Have it on the basically a dagger, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna grab that. That would be a cool extra war to grab. And then we'll try to run the hippo. See what happens there. This is gonna be interesting though because I don't know what's gonna happen with the hippo. Colt gives me, so we'd have to go for poison, right? Because there's no innate poison. So you got to build around it a little bit. So dex, a little bit of dex, bleed build up, successive attacks for sure. Yeah, this has been so much fun so far. Let's try to continue making cool builds. All right, so we have decent power now. We don't need the Shard of Alexander. I'm trying to think of what I could replace here. We're not going to be doing poise breaking. Oh yeah, we are going to be doing poison though, so that's cool. This could be a really cool build. What are the requirements on this? So we just need 22 dex, but we only need 17. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. This is definitely going to be a cool build. I like katana builds. Anything katana related is sick. You don't need a lot of mind. That is true. Hate the stat requirements on the Nagakiba though. They're pretty brutal. See what we get here. We could run it like this and get a decent amount of AR. That's for that extra point in the dex. Doesn't matter at this point. I think this will give us a decent amount. That'd be pretty good overall. Pretty epic. Pretty fun stuff. All right, so we are making builds. Let's see what we do here. We've got a decent amount of bleed build up, poison and bleed build up on the other one. So we got 2 weapons with bleed build up and additional poison build up. That's pretty cool. We're going to be taking on, since we're using a randomizer, whatever boss ends up being the hippo. I'm not sure what's going to fit in this arena, but it's going to be a hippo replacing boss. The Godric fight was the best one by far so far. That was sick. That was honestly the coolest fight. I had so much fun with that, having Godric in the place of Rolana. Excellent, honestly. Try a storm build. Yeah, we'll do a storm build next. Maybe storm assault or something I haven't covered before. All right, we got to find out though what replaces the hippo. If you guys have any guesses for this one, this is going to be an interesting one because I don't know. It's a decent size arena. It's pretty big overall. So the fact that the arena is big, I mean, it gives us a good amount of room to pretty much run into any boss. This could be any boss. I'm not sure, Lucy one. I really don't know at this point. I can only guess because after Godric, I just lost my guesses. I don't think I could. I thought I had an idea of what they were going to be each time, but now I don't know. I truly don't know now what they're going to be. I have no idea. Yeah, it could be Malachite. I hope it's something challenging. We haven't ran into enough challenging bosses. We ran into a few. The Godric fight was insane because he had 60,000 HP, which for Godric, it's just ridiculous. Let's just find out. I'm gonna go over here. Let's do our buffs before we go in. Let's do this first, and then we're gonna run in. Oh, the dual gar. I would hate it if it was the dual gargoyle. That would be brutal. That would be the worst for this katana build. Oh man, we use seppuku so much. Everybody does. We all do. Not Beast Golden Clergyman. Oh, this is going to be terrible. I hate his moveset. This is one of the worst bosses for me. Yep, I knew he was going to hit me there. He doesn't seem to have the hippo's HP, though. So that's cool. That's kind of neat. I hate that rock throw. That rock throw throws me off. Ah, come on. We got this. On Beastman. Why do I feel like his resistances are decent? All right, we poked him with the katana. Is that it? Or do we get Malika? That's it? All right, that wasn't the best fight, guys. That wasn't the best one. He just went down afterwards, and that's it. I mean, that's the end of it. It was a cool build, though. We had the Occult Nagakiba plus 25 with Seppuku. We had the Poison Wakasashi plus 25 with Poisonous Mist. We had a random set of armor on. Lord of Blood's Exaltation, Melissa's Prosthesis, Kindred of Rot's Exaltation, Rot Wing Sword Insignia, Thorny Tier, Bloodsucking Correct Tier, Golden Valflame Grip Strength, Blessings Boon, 60 Vigor, 18 Mind, 26 Endurance, 28 Dexterity. We managed to get to 25 Faith and 50 Arcane. That was a pretty good one all around, but a not so great fight. I wasn't really happy with that one. Yeah, it probably would have been. It definitely would have been quicker for sure, because I would have had better AR. All right, now we're going to do a storm build, right? So we can come up with a storm build. Actually, we need to go to our merchant friend and come up with a cool storm build for this. All right, so for a storm build, we could pick any weapon. Let's pick up a weapon that we don't use too often. That would be fun. And then we can try to see what replaces Divine Beast. So that's the next one, which is quite interesting. The Castus. I can't make a storm build for that. I could do that after this one. I want to make a storm build first. Though I think Storm Assault is not so good, if I remember correctly. Let's do something obscure, maybe like that. A weapon that we don't use too often for something like this. Let's see. We want to come up with something really cool for this one. I want to be able to do a decent amount of damage. The sword spear is pretty cool, but I use that all the time. Yeah, let's see. What do I want to... The main thing I want to try to figure out is what would be a really cool, like, dex type storm weapon. Most of them scale with dexterity, pretty much like all of them. So we're going to have to look for something that scales with dex and something that... kind of wanted something that had a unique look or like a theme type look to it that could fit the build well. But taking me a second to figure out which one I want to use. The Warhawk's talons are pretty cool. That definitely screams storm for sure. Let's try out the Warhawk's talons. That'd be sick. I love straight swords. Straight swords are fun. They're like really fun. And if we have two of these, maybe we can grab some Storm Ashes of War. Yeah, the Bandit Curved Swords Bleed build. I've done that one a lot. Maybe in a little bit, possibly, we could do that one. For this, though, we want a Storm build. I think the Tornado you get from the DLC, too. Storm Assault's one. That's Vacuum Slice. Storm Stomp. I don't think I'm going to use these. Some of these are just bad. DLC items. Let's go to Ashes of War. One for the... Forget. I guess it's an incantation, the Tornado. There's really none. There's no additions for DLC. That's kind of lame. Yeah, the Warhawk Talons are sick, and they're good dex weapons too. So that'll keep things interesting for whatever Divine Beast ends up being. I'm not sure what he will be. I honestly don't know. I hope it's better than Beast Clergyman, though. To be honest, total honesty, it's that was a little bit of a letdown. All right, so we're gonna do 2 storms. You can't do storm assault though, which is pretty lame. Hmm. Try to run 2 different storms, but they almost be better with status effects. This is gonna be pretty challenging. We can boost the storm damage though, which is cool. Yeah, pole arms. I think you're right about that. Yep, I think you're right. So we've got dexterity is pretty good to have. We can use Enraged Divine Beast, and we might get a posture break, so that could be decent. I think Stormcaller in general and all these other, I think they do a little bit of poise damage too, so that's a plus. That's a bonus for sure. All right, so we are now going to. All right, we're gonna respec and give ourselves a really good dex stats because we want to make a dexterity build out of this for sure. Oh, I need to buy another larval tier from the merchant. My bad. Let's go grab one. We made a lot of builds so far. I just realized we made a ton of builds so far. Like, we made a whole bunch. Like, it was pretty crazy all around. The amount of builds that we've made to this time. This has definitely been pretty cool. So, we need items, right? Items. And let's grab a couple larval tiers. All right, and we are now going to Ray Lucaria, and we are going to make an awesome build. Yeah, the Pyramid Head was sick. That was my favorite, and the Golem Fist. Those two are definitely making a video. Those two were absolutely sick. Completely cool. Let's go for some high dexterity. These have great dex scaling, so that's cool. And then we see what Divine Beast is, because I have no idea what he's going to end up being. He could be literally anything. It's going to be pretty crazy. We don't need strength. What am I doing, Matt? Let's get some buffs going, too. And then let's see how much damage we can get with this. We're going to build up and see. We got the 70 dexterity, so this should be decent. This build should be pretty well equipped to handle whatever we have to handle. So we got 2 storms, dual weapons. Pretty cool. Wait a second. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. I just want to see something. Astel's here. I wonder what will replace this Astel. Because he's still there. I didn't even notice that. He's still available. We could fight him too. Stage front. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can try that. Don't forget, if anybody does a super chat, your build will get made immediately. I do have a goal for the next one, and I might do a randomizer run too. I was hoping to do something fun in terms of the randomizer. I might do a full run or a challenge run. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably pull it on my community tab, but I want to do something pretty cool. All right, let's see who we got. Let's see who we got. I couldn't. Oh, it's by default him, but it's not him. Oh, come on. These bosses have not been... Really? Oh, she's got a lot of HP, though. Just give her the full health bar, why don't you? She's got a ton of HP. She's going to hit me here. I am really bad with getting Storm... Damn, no. Yeah, she killed me. That was my bad. I was trying to use Stormcaller there. So, Spirit Loretta, who has apparently... like 40-something thousand HP if you do the math right, which is just abysmal. She's immune to status effects. Thankfully, we didn't go for a status effect build, but yeah, that was definitely not my favorite one. Let's try to take her down with Stormblade and Stormcaller real quick. I might be able to run in there and hit her with Stormcaller initially. We'll find out. This is gonna be an exciting one. Could use Stormblade first upon walking in. If I break her, I could do something. Oh, she killed me again. Because apparently I couldn't dodge. I don't know, did I run out of stamina? I might have ran out of stamina. Ghost Loretta and Godric giving me difficulty today. I don't know. I just feel like they're misplaced because they have so much HP. They got too much HP. They got a bloat of HP DLC for some reason because it just scales them up. All right, let's jump in here. Yeah, you're right. She stun locked me. She definitely stun locked me. All right, I hit her a few times that time. I'm not gonna let her hit me this time. They do have good. Oh, come on. Man, kidding me. That was terrible. That was the worst timing ever. I was in the middle of the Ash of War, so I couldn't do anything. I might just have to use the dual moveset for this because she's just brutal right now. She took me out too many times. This is the most I've died from Loretta in like forever. I mean, Ghost Loretta, that is. Regular Loretta is actually kind of tough, especially you guys played Night Rain at all? She's brutal in Night Rain. She could be an absolute like level killer in Night Rain. She could take your whole team out. I love the power stancing ability though. It just looks sick, and you get a ton of damage. If you look at the damage on the Stormblade here, we get a lot of damage because the A and dexterity scaling, and the AR we get on a straight sword. It's pretty impressive all around. All right, she's trying to move around too much here. Ghost Loretta is gonna take me out again. I will not have this. All right, listen, I got you. I had to switch to Stormblade because. Oh no, she's gonna do the bow. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I died. Oh man. She's brutal right now. Her damage is really good. This is brutal, guys. Night Rain is a ton of fun. I love Night Rain. I'm probably gonna stream Night Rain at some point. It would be pretty cool overall. Yeah, it's Elden Ring meets like a roguelike in Fortnite. I don't know. It's a mix, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is fun. It's a fun time. I do enjoy it. I think overall it's a really good game for what it is, and it's great in like small doses. Yeah, I am getting schooled by Ghost Loretta. Apparently I can't do enough damage to Ghost Loretta. I don't know why, but she's much more brutal when you can't just like take her out immediately. She's got so much HP. I feel like her stamina is also just ridiculous. I can't break her, apparently. That doesn't do a lot of damage because, well, nothing does a lot of damage to her. All right, we got this. Oh no, God, she's terrible. How is she? Yeah, man, this is awful. She's brutal right now. She just takes me out so easily. Yeah, I'm like on the cheese train here, but I can only do this solo, so it doesn't matter. But she can destroy me with one hit, like two hits, and she takes me out. It's just crazy. It's just nonsense. That's too much, man. That is too much difficulty for me. Oh, she killed me again. Oh my God, what is that move? The minute you start up and you're using an Ash of War, you just die by default. Terrible. This is literally Godric was awful, and now Loretta's awful because they're just so bloated with HP. It just gives them a ton of HP. I don't need magic defense. I got this. Wait, maybe I'll use the Pearl Drake talisman. Although the DLC defense in the DLC matters less because of the way it's set up. Welcome if you're new, by the way. We're getting beat up by Ghost Loretta and Randomizer, apparently. She's pretty brutal. We got a good build, but it doesn't matter because she just hits me too much. All right, so I can shred her HP like initially, but the buffs run out. She gets kind of difficult. It's weird too because I can't break her. Like, she's not breaking for some reason either. There we go. Are you kidding me? I had to waste that doing this. No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. I don't want to use the dual move set here. Why did she even get... I guess the first one hit, but the second one... I was in the same spot. All right, that's a cool build, though. And why did I get the well depths key? I don't even know what that is. Not even sure what that is. That key is. I don't remember what that key is. It's something. Not sure, though. We have not gotten enough tough bosses, though. I might have to go to the capital, see what's there. We had 2 Warhawk's Talons, one with Stormclaw. We only used Stormblade. Shard of Alexander, Melissa's Prosthesis, Enraged Divine Beast, Blade of Mercy Talisman, Greenburst Crystal Tier, Bloodsucking Crack Tier, Golden Vow, Flame Brimmer Strength, Blessing Spoon we used. 75 Dexterity, 60 Vigor. That was a decent one. It was fun all around, but I would have preferred to use Stormblade more. That was not, you know, what I expected for sure. Yeah, the well-kept depths key. I don't know why I got that. That was completely random. All right, what build are we going to do next? We're going to do the axe one, right? Somebody wanted an axe build? Yeah, Mesmer's axe I can do. That have a special roar that... Do you get like a unique roar with that one? Let's just buy one upgraded because it's easier. DLC items. I'll buy 2 just in case. I don't think I need to, though. Okay, with Earthshaker. All right, we'll try it with Earthshaker. Make sure I have Earthshaker. Let's go to Ashes of War, and Earthshaker should be right here. A Horror Loser Earthshaker, regular Earthshaker.
Goodbye.
All right, this is a pretty cool one because axes aren't really used that much. So it could be unique and fun. Could be enjoyable overall. Plus 25 axe is sick. For this one, we're going to build more so around strength, obviously. We might be able to get some posture breaks. We might be able to. It's possible. I kind of want to build around charged hits a little bit, too. I kind of feel like the stamina... Yeah, like, my tiers are right. I feel like my tiers are in a good spot right now. All right, guys. Let's build something really cool. Let's put the Ash of War on it first and see how it does in heavy. Yeah, you can put wait, you can only put or lose Earthshaker on it. Don't think, because I have the regular one. I don't think you could put the regular one on it. Yeah, we could do this one though. Overall. Yeah, I don't think... let me just double check real quick with a different weapon, because I can check with a different weapon. I'm fairly certain I have that, and we'll just take the... Yeah, Earthshaker. There's 2 of them here. So, apparently, you go to Ashes of War, they're not there. Horaloo though is pretty... Horaloo is pretty cool. Yeah, Horaloo works. So we'll go with that. And Heavy Affinity gave us a B, right? So Heavy Keen gives you a B. Quality a B. Heavy's best bet.
Is it time?
I can look into it, Timothy. I will check into it after this one. We gotta find bosses to fight too. We might have to go into the capital. So I don't think I needed dex, but a standard amount of dex is never bad to have. Let's try to go for some strength here. Let's see how much damage It's okay. Two-handed, it should be okay. The AR is decent. It's decent enough. Two-handed, it should be like 700, so. Not bad. I have no complaints here. I don't use this Ash of War often, though, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. All right, let's see what else we have here. Boss-wise. We could take a ride out to Caelid. This would be a cool ride. Cool, chill ride. There's 3 bosses out here, so. There's 3 boss placements out here. They're going to be completely random, too. And Solitude guy, too, I think might be there in the DLC. We can go to him. Mesmer's a little bit far away. His arena takes a second to get up there. This should be pretty quick. We're just going to go over and find the bosses. Oh, is that the hippo? That's sick. I don't want to fight this hippo. All right. Let's see what happens here. I don't think this is going to go well, guys, but I will try. Let's see if I'm able to do damage with Earthshaker on the hippo. He's not going to give me room, though, most likely. Oh. All right, he didn't have enough HP, guys. We're going to have to keep going. He didn't have enough health. He was unlike the ones in DLC that scaled up. He scaled down, like, massively. He did not have a lot of health. That was pretty fun, though, honestly. Taking him out was fun. I enjoyed that. We have a randomizer on. We're making builds using the merchant so we can get everything. But we have an enemy randomizer on currently. It's pretty fun. It's mixing it up so that we could just have a really good time just fighting different bosses. And we're going to find out what bosses are here. I have a feeling there aren't going to be 2 dragons ahead of me. It's probably just going to be something weird because it's always something weird. Yeah, it did a really good amount of damage on him, but it didn't give the hippo the proper amount of HP that he should have had. He didn't have a lot of HP, which was kind of weird, but... All right, guys, we're going to keep going. We're going to take on some more bosses. Let's do some damage here. Let's see what happens here. This big dragon, I imagine, is... What? Excuse me? Really? Okay. Torch guy and a bear. All right. That's cool enough. Yeah, the hippo was... It's pretty sick having the hippo there. That was pretty neat, honestly. It was pretty cool. I thought it was a good spot to fight the hippo. It felt pretty fun. We've made a lot of builds so far. We did a whole bunch more unique builds. This has been great. Totally, totally fun. Also, in the chat, let me know what you guys want to see next. If you want to see me do a challenge run or a randomizer run from the start and see what we get, which would also be fun. That would be cool, too. I would enjoy that. Big Dragon's still here. I assume they couldn't replace him. So there's nothing that you could really do about that. So we're just going to continue on from here and see what boss ends up being here. We did rest inside of Grace. Yeah, we did. Cool. Yeah, I think it had to remain Grail because there's no boss of that size or magnitude. I think they just keep him there. Because in order to remove him, it might end up messing with like the regular gameplay and everything. Because he was a big deal to begin with. Is this the commander? This is going to be awful. All right, I guess we're going to do this. I guess we're doing this, guys. I guess we're taking on the... Is that the... If it's the commander, it looks like the commander. Yeah, I would do the whole journey. Yeah, from the start with a randomizer. Oh, no. You're ruining everything. Messed up my buffs, man. Don't mess up someone's buffs. I got a buffing routine that I have to do. Okay, that didn't do as much as I would have preferred. All right, this is the one commander. Wait, why didn't he break? Oh no, he's gonna murder me. This is gonna be terrible. Whoa, you still didn't break. Okay, we're gonna have to heal up, guys. Commander over here is pretty tough. He's really not that in that much of a different place, though, to be fair. Let's try to hit him. Charged hits in here too. All right, apparently I can't get... Oh, he took me out. Damn. Yeah, he basically just walked over here. It's like the same boss, but just in a slightly different spot. He could... You're right, he could have walked. He would have had to jump off a cliff a little bit, but that... I get some free shots behind him, so this is a bad idea to attack him from the front, but I'm going to. I feel like Earthshaker is not a great Ash of War to take on with him because he's one of the few ones where if you go low to the ground, he can still hit you for some reason. I don't know why. Whoa, whoa. Why do they have that much range? That's just wrong. Oh, he killed me again. Damn, I hate the commanders. This is not my favorite build to take them on with. Yeah, it does make the game feel brand new. It's pretty much brand new at this point. It definitely feels that way. We're gonna go behind him this time. I'm just gonna sneak up behind him and do some damage. Start. Yeah, it's super fun, honestly. It's really fun. I think playing a randomizer like through and through would be sick. So that would be fun from start to finish. All right, let's take on Commander again. See what we can do here. I was kind of happy with the damage. The damage was decent. His health bar it's pretty good. It's not the DLC level, but it's solid overall. It's got a good amount of HP, for sure. Let's see what we can do here. This should be pretty fun. I have the Glorious Merchant on, so we're just buying whatever we want for this one because I'm making builds for... It's basically like viewer requested builds, but you can set it so that everything's random. All right, let's try again. That was actually really good timing. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for that. Apparently we don't do much poise damage. I don't know why. The first break was cool, but now it's like, oh my god, no way. No way. There's just too many freaking enemies here, man. Yeah, I want the Tarnished Edition to come out too. That would be excellent. I can't wait for that to come out, honestly. I can't wait for that to come out. I think it's going to be a fantastic and fun experience. We might be able to experience Elden Ring like it's new again because we'll have 2 new starting classes. That alone keeps me interested for sure. Yeah, I don't know where they came from. They just came out of nowhere and took me out. That was ridiculous. Like, he spawns them in, but they just all were in that same spot, and he didn't even have much HP left. So that sucked, honestly. That was not the best. I could have taken him out, I felt like, but yeah, the customizing torrent too would be cool. Yeah, I can use Earthshaker on them. You're right. I've just been panicking a little bit. I'm not the best with commander fights. He's a pain. He's definitely a little bit difficult for sure. This should take him out, and something's hitting me from behind. So this is gonna be a problem right away. I'm getting hit from behind. Yep, I figured that. Why is that thing behind me? I guess it saw me. Oh well. It happened to see me at the wrong time. Now I'm in the front of him, which isn't gonna work. It's all right. We could just run up to him, take him out. We got this. I really don't like axes, guys. Made me make an axe build, but axes just feel like they're lacking for some reason. I don't know why. The warped axe is sick. That's a really good one. I knew he was gonna break. Like I that was guaranteed that he was gonna break there. Whoa. What the heck was that? That was like, gave me whiplash. That was terrible. Got some brutal attack patterns, man. Oh, he killed me again because the stupid arrow guys. I gotta take them out. This is getting frustrating, guys. Yeah, that was a good duck until I died. That was awful. I honestly wish that, I don't know. I feel like there's too many spawns here, and this is just this is the worst fight so far. Loretta was bad. This is somehow worse than Loretta, and Loretta had 50,000 HP. Yeah, I got sniped. Difficult to run up to him and get the damage in that I need to get in. Not the easiest thing in the world. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna try to run it again. Oh, it killed me. Like, this is getting annoying. Like, they never hit you this much. It's like it's more open so they can hit you easier, I guess. Yeah, Godric's axe isn't that good, to be honest. It's not something I would build around frequently. It's just okay. It's decent, I guess. Let's get him this time. We got him this time. Oh, he did it again. Apparently it just automatically kills you, even if it's not the NPCs that kill you. I was just like, wicked. Like, why is that happening? I don't know why. All right, we got it this time, guys. We got it this time. We got him this time. We got him. We got him. No worries. All right, he already knows where I am. Oh, Matt, this is not great. Yeah, he just automatically hits me by default. And all of his... All right, guys here. I could probably take them out. All right, that doesn't do much. See if we can take these guys out first, because these guys are terrible. All right, I think they're all gone. Maybe. Okay. Gonna play tough, I see. The axe just doesn't do enough damage on its own. It just doesn't do enough damage. It doesn't hit hard enough. Of course you're gonna do that move, because why not? What? How was that even a hitbox? I can't get Earthshaker in on him much anyway. Oh, he managed to hit me on the ground. This sucks. He's the worst boss, man. I just want to switch my build because I don't like this Ash of War. It's terrible. Honestly, it just does physical damage, and it's not really even great for breaking him. It's the one from the rot thing, but he has more HP and his defense seems to be up. He has more survivability apparently, than like anything else. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm 2 seconds away from switching builds because I don't like the Ash of War. Is just brutal, man. I do get frustrated when I can't. Oh man! All right, we're gonna switch builds. I gotta take this guy out. This guy's gotta go. This guy's gotta go. We're gonna make a cool build. What else did we have going on? We had other stuff going on. I forget what other build requests we had. We had somebody gave me something detailed, but I don't know where it is. Furious Onspox Incantation plus Black Knife, Ash of War. That's a lot. That's oh, wow. That's a lot. That's a fair bit, man. Might be able to do it. I don't know. Yeah, this was the only one I'd say so far that was a letdown. This just doesn't. It just doesn't do. Axes are bad. They're a rough class in general. They're hard to use. They're hard to make into good builds. I mean, there's a few things you can do, like, but we already did Wild Strikes with another build, so. All right, so we're gonna get Onspox weapon. And we're going to try to come up with something for this, but this could be a hard one too. Although we have more area of effect for this one, we can do damage. So that would be cool. All right, so we want weapons here, and then we need incantations too. That's the other thing. That's Obsidian Lamina. His blood incantations I don't think are too good, the one he has, but I'll try. I'll give it a shot. For whatever it's worth. It should be awesome.
Goodbye.
To do a setup for him. I want to grab one other thing. So this would have to be, this is tough because this is like a Faith Arcane build. I gotta see how this scales. If I can even make this work at 150. This may be a tough one. The requirements are pretty hefty, to be honest. These are some pretty hefty requirements. Melissa's prosthesis will save me 5 decks, so that's cool. So I only need 20 decks. I'm gonna see if I can make this work. Because we need decent scaling, but we also need you want the Black Knife to do damage. If you want the Black Knife to do damage, you need Faith for that. So let's see if we can turn this into a Faith Arcane build, because that would be the best route. And then see what scaling we get. We could even add Black Flame. That would be cool to add too. This one would be cool to add. Yeah, I know, Timothy. I'm gonna try to make it work, but it's a lot. That's a lot put together. We'll try to see what we can do. We need this too. We need this too. And then we have we definitely have chargeable stuff. We can do bleed. That's true. I'll figure out my last talisman after this. Let's see if we can turn this. This one could be interesting for sure. Definitely could be interesting. Might have to do a little less vigor. Now let's see. Endurance. Don't know how much you need there. I need 20 dexterity, which is rough. Let's see. Might be able to do it as a Faith and Arcane build. See what stats I get here. Because you might be able to get a decent amount of the Black Knife with that. Try this.
Thou art now a sweeting, full fire.
Yeah, Knight's Lightning Spear is incredible. That's an awesome one for sure. Alright, so we'll be able to get a decent amount of damage out of the weapons we're using. And then we want to be able to get... We're going to be doing fire damage and holy damage too. So the Shard of Alexander is going to be the way to go here. And then maybe... Holy and the Bloodsucking Crack here. And maybe something like that. And we can make it work. It can work. We just need it. We need to figure out what heal I need to. I think if we're gonna go with a seal, that gives you 329. But I want to check see what we get from the Golden Order seal. Let's find out what we get from the Golden Order seal. See how much we get from that. Yeah, we could do the Firecrack one too. Yeah, I could try a glaive build here shortly. Right now, we're going to try to grab the Golden Order seal because I think this could be the better seal to use, given our stat spread, but it also might not. No, that's the Faith. That's the Intelligence one. So, no, we're good. Yeah, what was I thinking? I was thinking I was doing Intelligence. So, yeah, Dragon Communion Seal is our best one. 204. Yeah, that's our best one for sure. So, but we need an offhand seal is what we need.
Goodbye.
We need to offhand probably this one. And then yeah, I could try the fire tier too. The fire tier would be pretty cool. Yeah, that's a. But we got the black knife also, so we can try to take down this fight again, which is terrible. This is the worst random fight ever. I don't know why, but for some reason moving him into the spot just turns him into a horrible boss. It's brutal. It is absolutely brutal, guys. This has been totally brutal. We're gonna try to take him on though, see what we can do. For anyone new that's joining, we're doing a randomizer and making builds in the process, so it's pretty fun. If you are just joining, it's pretty good time. If you have any builds that you want to see, don't forget to put them in the chat or comment them on any given video that I have. I posted a long form video too if you guys want to check that out if you missed that one. It was pretty fun. All right, let's do golden bow and then this. I got the seal in the wrong hand, kinda. Hold on. This isn't gonna work. I just puffed for nothing. This has to be this way because there's no way. I gotta do Hal. I only have to do Hal again, so it's not a big deal. Surprised he doesn't see me over here. See how much damage we get. I think this could actually be a decent amount of damage. Well, I feel like he's just got a lot of HP. I don't. All right, he's got like too much HP, man. I died again. I don't even know what's hitting me. It's like the hitboxes don't work out here. They're brutal. For some reason, the hitbox is just like, I'm not even like, I don't even see myself getting hit and I just take damage. I kind of want to beat this dude though, because he sucks. Let's give this another go. Yeah, I can combine those two. I know. I can easily do those two. It is a little bit hard to switch between these two, though. I would have to. He's too far. He's too far. Apparently, all of his guys that are around here too, just like they managed to just do so much damage to me for some reason. Like I can't even get him in a spot where like we can get away from him, you know? Like we just end up, he manages to just crawl his way over here and do a ton. How are they still hitting me? Somebody, do you see these arrows curving? Does anybody else see that? Legitimately, like the arrows are curving and this hits me. This just hits. I don't know why. It's a weird like combination of things that's happening right now. It's definitely an interesting, making for some fun gameplay for sure. I mean, it works. It does damage. Randomizer just has his health like way too far up. All right. Whoa. What hit me? Was that just random lightning that I got hit by? And he vanished. He went back to his guys over here. This is brutal. Yeah, the arrows are they're literally curving around stuff. I'm just over here trying to beat the guy, like just legitimately just take him down because I just want to move on from annoying commander guy. He's completely misplaced out here, but yet somehow is the strongest he's ever been. I feel like this is the strongest version I've ever fought of this guy. This is brutal. This is honestly insane. Oh, he was able to spawn him up here? Or they spawn back there? Oh, no, you don't. Nope. Why did that do no damage? And they're now coming after me. Ran out of FP. Wait, did one of his own guys kill him? How did he die? I'm not sure how he died. Doesn't matter. And I got Irina's letter. We ended up with Irina's letter, guys. It worked. The build worked. It was an interesting one for sure. Yeah, it did work, Timothy. But it was definitely cool for taking him down. But man, did anybody else see how did he like? I don't even know how he died. I don't know what happened there. Not sure at all. He just kind of ended up just getting hit by something and then dying. Oh yeah, his health bar was just totally. It doesn't even make sense. The tree avatar that's normally there, just has like, oh, this dragon. Oh my god, this is brutal, man. I'm gonna have to fight this dragon on this bridge. This is the worst dragon to fight on this bridge. Whatever, man. I'll do it. I'll do it. We'll take him on too, I guess. Whatever we see, we're fighting. Apparently. Oh, sorry, Timothy. I don't know why Nightbot tagged you. I don't have a limit on the messages. It just does it automatically. Don't know why. All right, guys, we're going to make another build, and we're going to take on Lanciax, apparently. Welcome if you're just joining the stream. We're making builds, viewer-requested builds. If you have a build you want to see, just put it in the chat. And we are taking on random bosses. It's been incredibly fun. Yeah, maybe it was the caps, Timothy. It might have been. Welcome, everybody. If you're new, this has been a blast. We're having fun. We're making sick builds and taking on randomizer bosses, which have been brutal, as chat can tell you. It's been interesting, to say the least. So what build are we going to do next, guys? What are we going to come up with next? We got a lot to choose from. There's a lot of cool weapons to choose from. We could do katana builds. We could do big colossal builds. We could do some hard-hitting stuff. What would be fun to take on that dragon with? I don't know. Sword Knight and Flame Skull. There's a lot of things we can build around here. Yeah, for some reason he just doesn't like caps. I don't know why. Apparently not. The butterfly build. Yeah, the rot build would be pretty cool. You're right. You're right. That would be neat. We got to go to DLC items for that. We're gonna grab that and then take on a random boss. Then we can build around it too. All right, so we're gonna grab the pole blade as our main weapon, and then the incantation is this one right here. This one is the one you're talking about, right? Glaive Storm Assault we can do too. So we got a lot to do. All right, let's keep making builds. So for this is an interesting one because I think her weapon is scaling like it's similar to Eleanor's pole blade. So it might be yeah, actually it's a little bit better because it straight up scales with Arcane, even though Eleanor's pole blade is basically the same with opposite stats. But still, we could do a lot of damage with this. Since we're Arcane, we could stick to this seal. So we can rot this dragon. That would be pretty fun. Oh yeah, the randomizer's been beating the crap out of me so far. This has just been ridiculous, honestly. It's been brutal to say the least. I don't want to do anything that does like. I feel like this. I might go with Black Flame's protection because this might get me killed. What do I need for this? I need 33 faith, which just makes me want to use Howl, but that would be a bad idea. Oh, we're gonna pass on that. All right, let's go build around this. Let's see what we can do. See what we can come up with. See what miracles we can make. Yeah, past red spears would be sick too. I can add that to the build. That'd be cool. We have rot damage. We could work off of that. Yeah, because we have the Godfrey icon. So we want Shard, Godfrey icon, pest red spears, Phlox canvas would be cool. And then we need something to do damage here. Let's see what else we can do. It's kind of physical damage, so there's not a lot I could do there. Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. How much dex do you need? 22 dex. This will save us some stats. Because it's an arcane weapon. So we need 17 dexterity. Yeah, this should be really fun. I'm looking forward to this one. This should be awesome, honestly. Might have to go with less vigor again. I'm gonna see what my stats come up with. What I come up with. I could probably come up with something good for this in terms of damage. I forgot the strength requirements on this though. All right, let's see. We need 33 faith. That's a lot of faith. We're faith arcane again. We're gonna have the same scaling. This might be the same stats that I have currently. The same stats I have currently work, right? I think so. I think this. Hold on.
Be not alone.
I went to go respec, but I'm pretty sure I don't have to. No, I don't have to respec. We can just roll with this. All right, let's go take on the dragon. Let's go. Oh yeah, Kindred of Rot's Exaltation. I forgot about that one. You're right. Do we need Melissan's Prosthesis though? We kind of do, but we can switch this out for Kindred's because Kindred's gives us a better damage buff. All right, let's go take on this dragon. Let's see what we can do. You guys are just joining. We're making builds with a randomizer. We got the Glorious Merchant, but we have random bosses that are just an assortment of weird bosses. I don't want to fight this dragon on this bridge. I really don't. I do not want to fight this dragon on this bridge. This is a tight spot to fight him, and he's already difficult where he's at. What? Okay, he's just going to stand still, apparently. All right, he might take damage from that, though, because I kind of stood in it. All right, no, apparently he's able to... the most agile dragon in the history of the world. Why is that not hitting his hitbox? It's not really hitting him. Is he rotted? He's rotted. Okay, we got him rotted, guys. We got him rotted. We do some pest red spears. Oh, that shredded him for some damage. We got some damage off that. Uh-oh. He's gonna hit me in the head. This might take him down. I knew that hit was going to be good at the end there. I knew that. I knew that. That was a really good one. A really cool mix, honestly. Honestly, fantastic. That was fun as hell, to be honest. I had a blast doing that. So we have the Pole Blade. Dragon Communion Seal gave us 329 scaling, which is cool. Kindred Rot's Exaltation, Godfrey Icon, Melissa's Prosthesis, Shard of Alexander, Thorny Tear, Bloodsucking Crack Tear, Golden Vow, Black Flame's Protection, Blessing Spoon. We have the Butterfly Incantation, Pest Red Spears, 50 Arcane, 33 Faith, 55 Vigor. Pretty cool. If you're wondering, by the way, all right, somebody was spamming caps again, apparently, because they just got spam hit like a whole bunch of times. That was a cool build. That was a pretty sick build, honestly. That was pretty unique and fun. So let's find out what this boss is, and then we'll take on whatever this boss ends up being. We still have some more bosses to work with. Got larval tears. There's a lot of boss placement in Elden Ring, which is pretty cool. So that's a terrible enemy right there. That's a brutal enemy. By the way, I want to welcome you if you're new. We're doing a randomizer, and we're basically making builds and fighting random bosses. It's been... Honestly, I love this. It's been a ton of fun. And we're going to keep making builds, so... Alright, let's go up here and see what we can do. Yeah, Nightbot does not like caps, apparently. Apparently it's bad when you use caps. Yeah, that was a really cool build. That one came out perfectly. That one I love, the Pyramid one I loved, and the Golem Fist one so far were just... They were all sick, to be honest. What boss was that? I just walked past it, and I don't even know what boss it is. It's the Putrid Tree Avatar. We can fight him with anything. Alright, let's come up with something cool. Alright, we're going to do Storm Assault. Yeah, yep, Storm Assault with a glaive. By the way, if anybody wants their builds made quicker, don't forget Super Chats. If you do a Super Chat, I will make the build quicker, obviously. I think Nightbot reminds people of that, though. I got to set him better, and I will try to fix the caps issue, because I don't know why he's just, like, banning people with caps or whatever it is, or, like, telling you guys you can't use capital letters. Alright, so for this, we are going to use we want the Pest Glaive, right? That was the glaive we were looking for. Pest Glaive. We're going to go with the Pest Glaive. That's going to be around here somewhere at plus 25. And we have Storm Assault. We didn't use Storm Assault yet, so that could be a cool one overall. Oh, we're right in the glaives, too. Sick. This is going to be quick. All right, we're going to be able to make a build fast. Yeah, we can go for something like that. Storm Assault's gonna scale with dexterity though, but let's see how if it's a dex weapon. It's still a dex leaning weapon, so that's cool. Can't do blood. We could do cold. Cold would be pretty cool. I'm gonna go with cold. I think I'm gonna go with cold for this one. All right, let's see. Stamina regen for storm builds is like a must. You use so much stamina when you use them. Yeah, so we're gonna go with these buffs, these tiers. We just got to build around it. So we went for cold affinity for this one with storm assault, right? And then we need something. Actually, Melissa's prosthesis probably works. And then a range divide beast talisman too, for sure. And then the last one, not sure if we could build up on successive hits here. We might get some posture breaking though. I'm cool with that. Do something like that. That would be neat. Yeah, this should be a pretty cool one overall. I think it's gonna come out well. I don't think I've covered Storm Assault, so should be sick.
Is it thy
I don't know what the requirements on the weapon are though. I really don't know the basic requirements of it. I'm not sure. Not sure what we need exactly. All right, so endurance, strength. I'm not sure what the strength requirement was. It doesn't really matter though, to be fair. We want some intelligence, for sure. All right, we're probably better off. How many points do we get in H1? Oh, wow, it just scales with text. It doesn't really, it just ignores the magic part of it entirely. We got 600 AR. I'm rocking with this. This is great.
my thanks?
I'm cool with this. This is going to be fun. I don't really do Storm Assault often, so this is going to be neat for sure. Beastal Sanctum, right? There we go. It's gonna be sick. We got a random boss to take on, which I think is the tree avatar. All right, let's do this. Does anybody remember what Storm Assault does? Because I don't remember. Oh, the beast guy's still there. All right, so you go up and you get a slam down. That looks like it does decent poise damage. It might do poise damage. It might. There's a possibility. I'm not 100% sure. Only because I'm not going back to the merchant, but you're right, that would be cool. We're gonna change armor after this stuff for sure. Been using the same armor now. Especially if we can use anything. The bosses are random though. Alright, let's see what we got here. I know he's not immune to cold, but we didn't get the hit that I wanted there. Whoa! Oh, he killed me. I don't know why he didn't break. I thought that was going to do more poise damage than that. That was not... I didn't like the poise damage there. 3 uses of the Ash of War, they all landed, and it just didn't do enough poise damage to take him down. That was a little bit disappointing, guys. I mean, the damage was pretty good, though. I was happy with the damage overall. I think it was pretty solid. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. The damage was actually pretty legit. The problem was he just didn't break, and I feel like he should have broken. Nothing wants to break. Regular hits work well. Oh, this is terrible with the... Okay, that was a cold proc. All right, that works. He does not want to break. That's weird. He's just spamming the same move. Oh, come on. He just kept using the same move over and over again. He's using the same move. He did it, was that 6 times in a row? Yeah, I know it's fairly difficult to break them, but I felt like this one's just really sturdy for some reason. I don't know why. I like the Storm Assault build though. I think it's sick. I think it's fun overall running Storm Assault. All right, let's go after him again. We got this. All right, hit me that time. Decided to use a different move. Oh, he took me out. All right, I gotta come up with a better plan for this, guys, because these stairs are terrible. This is the worst on these stairs. These are the worst stairs. I think honestly, the stairs are making it awful because it's just making it so difficult in the spot I'm in, and it's just hard because he kind of gets the advantage just being on these sets of stairs. All right, we got this, guys. We got this. We got this. No doubt. No, I have Rakshasa. I just don't want to take increased damage. All right, that time I got the advantage on him, which was cool. Whoa, how'd you hit me from back there? Let's see what he does next. Oh no, not happening. There it is. There it is, guys. We got him. We got him. He's down. That was a cool build too. Storm Assault's honestly pretty cool. I can see stuck in the middle of the air. I can see myself using this Ash of War more. It's fun. A fun Ash of War. All right, so we had the Pest Cold Glaive plus 25 with Storm Assault. We're using any seal. We ended up with that armor set again. Blade of Mercy, Talisman, Rage Divine Beast, Talisman, Listen Prosthesis, Shard of Alexander, Greenburst Crystal Tier, Bloodsucking Correct Tier, Golden Bow, Flame Strength, Blessing Spoon. We have 25 Faith, 20 Intelligence, 65 Dexterity, 25 Endurance, 20 Mind, and 55 Vigor. Pretty good build overall. I enjoyed it. I felt like that was pretty sick. We made a lot of builds today. We did a ton tonight. This was actually pretty awesome. A lot of builds. A lot of unique and creative stuff too. I kept it interesting. So, all right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's really satisfying. It's honestly a sick Ash of War to land. It's so much fun. It's super fun. All right, so what else do we get build around? Who do we have left boss-wise? I don't even know who's left on this map. There's a Death Bird over here. There's a couple of bosses. There's got to be a one here that we could use. There's so many bosses in Elden Ring, if you think about it. There's a ton. There's really a ton to work with. So many different bosses. There's even a boss at the bottom of that tower. We could also go to the capital. Capital would be pretty fun too. Yeah, the damage over time would be pretty cool. The Black Flame Blade itself, though, kind of sucks, to be honest. It's not too good. It's not the best, that's for sure. All right, let's buy something cool. I want to buy something cool. I'm not sure. We're a little bit of ways away from there, but you're right. I'm kind of curious. I don't know what would be in that arena, but it's been kind of like it's been completely random. The Godric situation really threw me off because I had no idea he would be there, and that was interesting. That was definitely a unique boss. Yeah, the duration is way too short on it, to be honest. It's way too short. All right, so we're gonna come up with something cool here. I'm just gonna change my armor set because we've been wearing like the same thing. Let's come up with a cool looking armor set here. I think I want to rock this with the rest of the Spartan set. This would look cool. I love the rotten grave cloak stick. That is a really cool piece of armor. Oh, there's an altered version? You can get it without the cape. I didn't even realize. We need that, and we need the boots. I didn't need the chest piece. I just realized. Did not need the chest piece. All right, so let's give ourselves decent poise here. All right, guys, we need decent poise. All right, we have 55. I don't really like the look with this. We need better pants or something. I don't know. It's a cool looking. You can almost get the Spartan look there, but I like the one I run normally better. I'll run this. Looks comfortable. I'm good with this. Yeah, the Marionette helm. Yeah, we could grab that. See if we can find that one. That's the mirror helm. Which one's the marionette? Oh, it's right here. Soldier helm? The soldier helm one?
Goodbye for now.
I don't think it's going to give me a decent amount of poise, though. I do think it's going to lack in that department, but it's okay. I already had it, apparently. All right, we have 47 poise now. Now I feel like we need to go for a better armor set overall. Thank you, Nightbot. Keeps popping up. Funny, yeah, we have the helm now. So we got the helm now. Let's come up with a build and take on, maybe head to the capital. I don't know. Capital could be interesting. Could be an interesting one. I don't want to build around one of these, but they got scaling is terrible. All right, can you put Ashes of War on these? Wonder if you can put the bird looking one. Which one is that? Is that from the DLC or the main game? I think oh, this one you're talking about. Yeah. All right, let's go with that. It looks like almost like a gas mask or something. All right, there we go.
What? Goodbye for now.
Bird helm. Yep, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking. It's unique. All right, can you put an Ash of War on the Sword of Darkness? Does anybody know? Or is it set with... Yeah, it's set. All right, so what does that do? I never used this Ash of War before. I have no idea what it does. Darkness. What does it do though? What's like? It's just do damage? Like I don't know what this does. I don't know what it scales with. It kind of scales all over the place. Oh, debuffs holy resistance. That's not really worth it. What's the other one? The Sword of Light. What is the Sword of... Is the light any better? We could try the Stone Sword, too. These are all weapons that I've never used before. Try the Sword of Light. Apparently, I don't have the stat requirement for it. Or can you only use it at night? I don't know. I'm lost. This one, I think you can put an Ash of War on. This one probably does a ton of poise damage or something. Because it looks like it... Oh, no, you can't put an Ash of War on it. But does this have square off on it? Alright, we could try to build around that. That would be pretty cool. I love square off. Oh, yeah, I was at FP. I was looking at the chat. My bad, guys. Sorry. Alright, so it doesn't matter, though, because the Sword of Light's not going to do us any good right now. So we're going to run to the capital. Stamina recovery speed could be boosted. For Talisman kind of helps. We need the right stats, though. This is the strength weapon. Let's get some stats for that. Bomber's is pretty cool, too. I think we did a build for that in the last stream. I don't remember whether we did or didn't. I think we did though. I think we did a build for that. I'm fairly certain, but I don't remember. So this is a strength weapon mainly. We're gonna try to build around this. It's a stone sword. It's gonna be an interesting one because I never built around this. I think it uses square off primarily. Just to make sure I have enough dex, because again, I didn't look at the weapon. Alright, so what do we get? We get... That was a perfect amount of strength. Not a ton of AR, but it's not bad.
Now a sweeting, full fine and fair. My thanks.
Yeah, I did the serpent flail in a recent video. It was pretty fun. It was a fun time. It was a good weapon. I'm gonna try this stone sword. I just want to see what Golden Shade is and what the tree avatar is and what Morgott is. I'm kind of curious at this point as to who they are. is I have no idea. We have not ran across how many main game bosses have we ran across? Is it just like Godric? Is that it? I don't know. I don't think there's that many that we ran across so far. We have not ran across many main bosses. It hasn't been has not been too many. All right. Let's see what we can do here. All right, we got a little bit to go, but we're going to run into a random boss along the way, so it should be pretty fun. Yeah, I think they do. Maybe. There's probably a boss one somewhere. There's a boss in like every dungeon that's like a repeated boss from something else. Almost all the dungeons pretty much have repeated enemies as bosses. So probably. They're pretty tough. I like the Watchdog staff. That's pretty cool. It's a cool weapon. There's a crab over here where the bubble guy is. Oh, he hit me. All right, let's not get killed by the crab. That was bad time. Okay, this is a little bit different. Wait, hold on. What is here? What is going on over here? Port of Blood's robe, and then... All right, that was actually pretty cool. Okay, don't hit me, bro. Oh, no, 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 you don't. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, Godric and Clergyman. You're right. We had Clergyman, too. But Clergyman, for some reason, didn't have the right amount of HP. Godric had the 60,000, but Clergyman had like 20. I don't know why. It didn't give him the hippo's HP, that's for sure. Not even close. All right, we're going down here to see what we can do here. This is going to be interesting for sure. I think overall this could be a lot of fun because we're going to have more random bosses that we have to take on, which has been great so far. Oh, no way. Come on. Is that the role we got, guys? Is that really the role we got right here? That's not great. This is awful. I don't want to fight this. Okay. All right, then. That was unique. Yeah, it has bonk plus range. It's a good weapon all around. It's better for like new game and new game plus. It falls off completely on later journeys though. It's not a new game plus 7 weapon, that's for sure. Something weird behind me and I don't know what it is. All right, so we're going up. We're almost at Golden Shade. We're gonna find out what Golden Shade is. I'm gonna take him on with the stone sword, and then maybe we'll do the serpent flail. I can only imagine that one of these is Millennia, though. I'm probably gonna be screwed. She would be really tough to run into. Yeah, that one placement was just like complete waste of, I don't know why we just got the random plant thing. Oh, look at this. It's our friend. There we go. All right, I actually don't mind the zombie in the corner. He looks kind of slow. So I'll take it. This is going to be interesting running up the tree here. We're going to run up the tree here, but of course there's going to be random enemies along the way. So this is going to be pretty unique. Think if she wasn't yeah, she could pop up somewhere. She absolutely could. I'm surprised I didn't run into her yet. I feel like randomizers should, well, not should, but they usually do prioritize some of the tougher bosses, and it's kind of been a little bit easy as far as the bosses go. So this is the worst place for this guy to be. A rat, a dog. This is just it's just, I love the randomness of it. Definitely makes it feel fresh, but some of the placement is really... Oh, no, 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 no. Why didn't it put the crab up here? There's a crab right here. All right, we're gonna see how much damage we can do with this one. Yeah, there's a crab up there. It's literally stalking me. Let's find out who Golden Shade is. Oh no. This is not good, guys. I don't know how that didn't hit him, but okay. Sure. Might have to come up with a better build. Okay. Kind of doesn't make like a lot of his Moog noises, which is weird. Like he doesn't have like the right audio or something. How did it not? Nothing breaks. There we go. We got a break. We finally got a break, guys. We got a break. That was super cool. Oh. All right. So is it just Moog phase 1? Ow. Looks like it's just Moog phase 1. Right, we got Moog phase 1 here. I'm trying not to die from him because I feel like I could beat him at this point. There we go. We got him. We got him. We got him down. He wasn't hard at all. That weapon was fine. It did some poise damage, which was really cool. It was all around pretty good. Like I have no complaints about that whatsoever. I think it was a pretty cool weapon. It's definitely unique. It's the stone sheath sword plus 10 we had, and then we ended up using the Blade of Mercy talisman, Rolana's cameo. I wasn't really holding it down though. Two-handed sword talisman, Shard of Alexander, Greenburst Crystal tier, Bloodsucking Crack tier, Golden Veil, Flame Grip Strength, Blessings Boon, 25 Faith, 66 Strength, and 60 Vigor are our main stats. Let's find out where Morgott is, or what Morgott is. That's could be an interesting one for sure. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but at least it was a main boss. But I think that was Basement Moog, right? Because he didn't phase transition, so it felt like it was the easier version of Moog. I could be wrong there, and maybe it just didn't force the phase, but it looked like that one to me. All right, there's a random soldier here, guys. A random soldier here. We're going to take him out. And then we might take the Serpent Flail into whatever boss is in there. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think it was Dungeon Moog. It felt like it was Dungeon Moog. All right, so we're going to go back to the church. We're going to grab the Serpent Flail. And this should be pretty fun. Serpent Flail is a fun weapon. It's a fun Dex Faith weapon.
Well, you're back.
It's a DLC weapon, so it should be easy finding it. All right, so we grabbed that. We don't need... It doesn't do magma damage. I know it doesn't do magma damage. So it's going to end up doing primarily fire damage with the explosion... Physical and fire damage. There we go. We're going to build around this. This is going to be a fun one. And then I think the jump attacks are pretty good on this. If I remember correctly, the jump attacks are legit. So we're going to use the Claw Talisman. This is going to be awful, guys, because I have no idea what boss we're going to end up taking out. And it could be something that doesn't do well with fire damage, but we'll find out. All right, so... Charged hits, two-handed sword talisman sounds pretty cool. We got to come up with Dex Faith stats though, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense with the randomizer. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being that way. That makes sense. All right, we need stats. We need Dex Faith stats. Dex Faith stats are going to give us a lot of damage here. Yeah, I think as far as the randomizer goes, it definitely. It hasn't been the most challenging so far because we're on later journeys and stuff, but the boss mixes have been completely random. The commander was difficult. That was a tough fight. That was a brutal fight. But aside from that, I guess Ghost Loretta was kind of difficult because she had the increased HP, which was insane. See how much we can get here AR wise. We got some room. We got some room, guys. All right, 632 AR on a flail. Does anybody else think that's good? I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty solid. All right, let's go and take on more God, who could be anyone. This could be Millennia. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess if they have like phase transitions or whatever, but Golden Shade doesn't have a phase transition, so who do we think this is gonna be? I wonder who this is gonna be. I have no idea, honestly. I mean, it's gonna be Morgott initially for the scene, but then after that, it could be anybody. It could be literally any boss behind this door, which is cool. I love the randomizer aspect of that. It's great. Find out who we're taking on. Millennia. Yeah, I think it's going to be Millennia too. That's my guess also. I'm going to go with that too. Oh, no, my God. Really? Are you kidding me? No way. Come on, man. And he makes it down. The boss is like, I don't know. They're just missing. Oh, he actually killed me. I actually died from that. That was brutal. I did not know he was gonna combo me there. I'll see you later. Thank you, Sketch, for showing up. This has been awesome. I'm gonna be streaming more for sure. I'm gonna stream more frequently, and hopefully, you know, as we go, you guys will. I'll try to make a schedule for you guys too if I can, so it's more straightforward. But it's gonna be a lot of fun overall. It's been fun. The first couple of streams we had here were excellent. So we're gonna take on the Aaliyah 9 Misbegotten again, and we're gonna take him down this time. So we got him, no question about it. Yeah, the jump attack was cool. The only thing is I traded with him, and he did so much more damage to me than I did to him, unfortunately. So that was the one downside there. All right, let's see what we can do. Whoa. I wanted to try to use, I can't use the charged hit because he makes it very difficult to use that. He does a lot of damage. This is like a hard version of him or something. I don't know. I feel like this is a harder version of him. This is like the one. Feels like the one from well, it's not the one from Consecrated because he'd have the Golden Order Greatsword. It's brutal. I mean, I can hit him and get a decent amount of damage off the explosion, but it's hard. And then he just tracks back to me immediately. Oh, he killed me again. This is brutal, guys. He ended up being more difficult than I expected. He was harder than I expected him to be. I did not expect him to be this difficult. Definitely hard. One of the harder bosses for sure because, yeah, it was definitely everything in terms of like the bosses. Yeah, it's completely random, but at the same time, I feel like when it scales with their HP, it makes them difficult. In this case, it makes it really difficult. Definitely don't know what's going on with any of these bosses, but they're giving me a hard time. Love the randomizer aspect, though. It's pretty sick. All right, let's take him down this time. We just need to get a decent amount. The jump attack causes the explosion. I don't think I can get a charged hit on him. That would be difficult. See, that does a lot of damage, but he just has a way of... Okay, that actually hit him hard. So you got to hit him, like, straight on. Okay, that was brutal. Okay, that didn't hit him at all. Why does he have this many combos. Got too many combos, man. It's got like, oh, come on. Game tried too hard here. I love how the AoE couldn't hit him that time. All right, there we go. Okay. He is a pain, man. Bye-bye. I got him. Oh, man. I had to focus for that one. I had to focus, like, really hard for that one. That was more difficult than I expected. Memory stone. It just gave me a random memory stone. Oh, I actually have to go up here. Oh, okay. That was pretty fun, though, to be honest. That was kind of a unique boss. Definitely didn't expect Leo 9 Misbegotten in there. Yeah, it felt like it was the one from the Halictory because he had a ton of. It's not just his HP scaled up, but he was super aggressive. Like he wasn't like the one from what is it, Weeping Peninsula or whatever. That one's easy. That one's a cake. You know, that's a walk in the park. He was brutal. Definitely difficult. All right, so what's gonna happen here? Apparently nothing. Wait, I guess okay. It doesn't matter. I guess the key is somewhere else. And the door's already open, so. Yeah, it could be. It could be, you're right. It could be any of those ones. It didn't feel like the main boss one though. Is the main boss one that drops the grafted greatsword? It's not that aggressive, so. There's one in the capital too. There's a random one in the capital. So, that's pretty sick. By the way, I'm curious, guys, if you want to see me do a full randomizer run, the next one I may do like the late game bosses with the randomizer and see if we can get some better rolls. But I also want to hear your feedback in terms of like if you want to see a full run through the game with a randomizer, or if you want to see like a challenge run of sorts too, because we could do something like that. That would be really fun. I think I'd have a good time with that. Thinking about, I don't know how many bosses we have here. That's helpful.
Goodbye for now.
Trying to think if there's anything left that I could take on. I'll do a couple more builds. Let's see. Took on that Godskin Apostle. I don't think there's much left on the regular map without having to go really far. Yeah, maybe we'll do a full run with the randomizer next. So that would be pretty sick, honestly. I'd have a lot of fun with that. I think that'd be a really good time overall. It's been really fun streaming with you guys. It's been a lot of fun in general. I've had fun with it so far. It's definitely different for me because I'm not used to streaming. So hopefully I was able to make some sick builds and stuff. And yeah, it's going to be more fun. Don't forget, by the way, I want to mention to you guys too that I have the memberships up now. So if you join that, I'm going to be crediting everybody in my videos and shout outs and live streams. And of course, as well, you get custom emojis and the badges too, which are really cool. As far as everything else goes, I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight because we've been streaming for like 3 hours so far and I had a lot of fun. It was a really good time, but the next bosses are like a mile away unless I switch save files. So, yeah, so maybe the full run next. I'll put it up on the community tab too, and I'll poll you guys just to see what you guys end up wanting to see in the end. But I really appreciate everybody that was here. The chat was really active. We made a whole bunch of builds. We had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing more streams, and hopefully you guys will join with me soon. I would probably be hopping on again tomorrow if it weren't for the fact that we're getting 2 feet of snow in New Jersey tomorrow. So I may not be on for... I hope my power stays on in general. I'm just hoping that. But yeah, no problem, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. I will catch you later. Lucy1, Santa Sean, everybody else that's here. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe too. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next one.